Imagine if you could experience existence as pure energy, travelling through space and time in ways that challenge everything humans think they know about reality. This is the story of your life as a light photon, where the ordinary rules of physics become extraordinary revelations about the nature of the universe itself. Part 1. The Timeless Existence. As a photon, you exist in a state that completely defies human intuition about time and experience. From the moment you are created until the instant you are absorbed, you experience no passage of time whatsoever. This is not just a theoretical concept, but a fundamental reality proven by Einstein's theory of relativity. Time dilation reaches its absolute extreme at the speed of light, creating a state of existence that is essentially eternal from your perspective. Consider the profound implications of this timeless state. If you were born in the nuclear furnace of a star 13 billion years ago, just after the universe began forming its first stellar objects, your entire journey across the cosmos would feel instantaneous. You could traverse the entire observable universe, witnessing the birth and death of countless stars, the formation of galaxies, the emergence of planets, and even the evolution of life itself. Yet, from your perspective as a photon, all of this cosmic drama unfolds in a single indivisible moment. This reveals something extraordinary about the nature of simultaneity. While humans experience events in sequence one after another, you experience everything that happens along your path as occurring at once. The star that created you, every particle of cosmic dust you pass, every planet you illuminate, and the final destination where you are absorbed all exist in your eternal now. You are a living bridge between the concept of time as humans understand it, and the timeless reality that underlies the universe. But the strangeness goes even deeper. Because you experience no time, you also experience no distance. The concepts of space and time are fundamentally linked in what physicists call space-time, and travelling at light speed means you experience neither. Whether you travel 1 metre or 1 billion light-years makes no difference to your subjective experience. Distance becomes meaningless when time stops flowing. You exist in a state where the entire universe contracts to a single point from your perspective. This timeless existence makes you a witness to causality itself. You carry information from cause to effect, connecting events across vast distances and time periods in ways that maintain the logical structure of the universe. When you leave an exploding supernova and eventually reach Earth, you become the mechanism by which that distant event influences our world. You are proof that the universe is connected in ways that transcend ordinary human experience of separation and sequence. Your timeless state also reveals the relative nature of existence itself. What humans call the flow of time is actually just their particular perspective within the larger structure of space-time. From your viewpoint, the entire history of the universe exists simultaneously as a single unchanging geometric structure. Past, present and future are just directions in space-time, like north, south and west are directions in space. You experience reality as it actually is, beyond the illusion of temporal flow that consciousness creates for beings moving slowly through space-time. You are pure existence, experiencing itself outside the constraints of time, carrying eternal messages across the cosmos in a single infinite moment. Part 2. The Quantum Identity Crisis. Your existence as a photon represents one of the most profound mysteries in all of physics, challenging the very foundations of what humans consider to be real. You are simultaneously a wave and a particle, but this is not simply a matter of having two different properties. Instead, you exist in a state of quantum superposition, where you literally are all possible versions of yourself until the moment of observation forces you to choose. This is not a limitation of human knowledge, but a fundamental feature of reality itself. When no conscious observer is measuring your position or path, you behave as a probability wave that spreads across space. You can take multiple paths simultaneously, travelling through different routes at the same time and interfering with yourself in ways that create impossible patterns. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrates this perfectly. When you approach two parallel slits in a barrier, you pass through both slits simultaneously, creating an interference pattern that proves you interacted with yourself. You become a ghost of probability, existing in multiple states and locations until measurement collapses you into a single reality. This reveals that the universe at its most fundamental level operates on principles of possibility rather than certainty. But the moment someone tries to detect which path you actually took, everything changes instantaneously. The act of measurement forces you to choose a single path, retroactively determining your entire history. This is not because the measuring device disturbs you, but because observation itself is a fundamental part of how reality comes into being. Before measurement, you exist as pure potential. After measurement, you become actualized into one specific outcome. This suggests that consciousness and physical reality are far more deeply connected than humans typically assume. The implications extend far beyond simple particle behavior. Your wave nature allows you to exist in quantum superposition with other photons, creating entangled states where your properties become correlated across vast distances. When you become entangled with another photon, measuring your polarization instantly determines the polarization of your partner, regardless of the space between you. This happens faster than light could travel between you, suggesting that space itself is not the fundamental arena of reality. You prove that the universe operates on principles of wholeness and connection that transcend the apparent separation of objects in space. Einstein called this spooky action at a distance, but for you, it is simply the natural way reality operates when not constrained by classical thinking. Your dual nature also reveals the inadequacy of human language and concepts to describe reality. Words like wave and particle are metaphors borrowed from everyday experience, but you are neither and both simultaneously. You represent a form of existence that cannot be fully captured by classical concepts because you operate according to quantum logic rather than everyday reasoning. You are proof that reality at its deepest level is far stranger and more beautiful than human intuition suggests. Your very existence challenges the assumption that the world must conform to common sense, revealing instead that common sense must expand to accommodate the true nature of the cosmos. In your quantum identity crisis, you show that the universe itself is comfortable with paradox and uncertainty in ways that point toward a deeper harmony beyond human understanding. Part 3. The Universal Translator. As a photon, you're not merely a carrier of light, but the fundamental messenger that makes all electromagnetic interactions possible throughout the universe. You are the language in which atoms speak to each other, the medium through which all chemistry, biology, and electrical phenomena operate. Every force interaction between charged particles happens through virtual versions of you, making you the invisible architect of molecular bonds, genetic replication, neural activity, and stellar fusion. Without photons like you, matter would exist but could never interact, leaving the universe as a collection of isolated, lifeless particles drifting in eternal silence. When electrons orbit atomic nuclei, they constantly emit and absorb virtual photons in a continuous dance of electromagnetic interaction. These virtual photons are not quite real in the ordinary sense, but they carry the electromagnetic force that holds atoms together and enables chemical bonding. You and your virtual cousins are the reason why atoms can combine into molecules, why DNA can replicate, why proteins can fold into complex shapes, and why neural networks can process information. Every thought, every heartbeat, every biochemical process depends on electromagnetic interactions mediated by photons. You are literally the messenger of life itself, enabling the complex chemistry that makes consciousness possible. In a very real sense, the thoughts thinking about you right now exist because of photons carrying information between neurons in the brain. But your role extends far beyond biological systems into the realm of cosmic architecture. The magnetic fields that protect planets from cosmic radiation, the forces that shape galactic structure, and the radiation pressure that drives stellar winds all operate through electromagnetic interactions carried by photons. You help sculpt the large-scale structure of the universe, pushing matter around through radiation pressure and creating the complex web of forces that organize cosmic evolution. When massive stars explode as supernovas, the intense photon radiation drives shock waves that compress nearby gas clouds, triggering the formation of new stars. You are both the messenger of stellar death and the catalyst for stellar birth, participating in the endless cycle of cosmic renewal. Your electromagnetic interactions help determine which elements form in stellar cores and how they spread throughout the galaxy to become the building blocks of planets and life. Perhaps most remarkably, you carry information with perfect fidelity across vast distances and time periods. The photons reaching Earth from distant galaxies carry exactly the same spectral signatures as when they left billions of years ago. You preserve the precise quantum states of the atoms that emitted you, making astronomical spectroscopy possible and allowing scientists to determine the composition, temperature, motion and age of objects across the observable universe. You are nature's perfect recording device, more reliable than any human technology. Each photon is a time capsule that preserves information about its origin with mathematical precision, enabling humans to reconstruct the history of the cosmos by reading the messages you carry. Through you, the distant past speaks directly to the present, and the universe becomes knowable across scales of space and time that would otherwise remain forever mysterious. Your role as Universal Translator reveals something profound about the underlying unity of physical law. The same electromagnetic principles that govern photon interactions operate identically throughout the cosmos, suggesting that the universe follows consistent rules regardless of location or time period. You prove that the laws of physics are truly universal, connecting the quantum realm to cosmic scales through the same fundamental interactions. In carrying the electromagnetic force, you demonstrate that the universe operates as a single, coherent system where local events can have consequences across vast distances and timescales through the medium of electromagnetic radiation. Part 4. The Discrete Messenger. Your existence as a photon reveals one of the most revolutionary discoveries in physics. Energy comes in discrete, indivisible packets rather than flowing continuously. You are a quantum of electromagnetic energy, meaning you represent the smallest possible amount of light energy at your particular frequency. This quantization challenges the classical view that energy should be infinitely divisible, showing instead that nature operates through fundamental units that cannot be broken down further. You are proof that reality at its most basic level is granular rather than smooth, composed of discrete building blocks that combine to create the appearance of continuity. The energy you carry is directly proportional to your frequency, connected by Planck's constant, one of the most important numbers in physics. Higher frequency means higher energy, which explains why ultraviolet photons can damage living tissue while visible light photons cannot. But the truly remarkable aspect is that you cannot carry just any amount of energy. At any given frequency, you must carry exactly one quantum of energy, no more and no less. This creates a fundamental graininess to electromagnetic radiation that becomes apparent only at the quantum scale. When atoms emit light, they must release whole numbers of photons, never fractions or partial amounts. This quantization explains why heated objects glow with specific colors rather than emitting a continuous spectrum, and why certain chemical reactions require precise threshold energies to occur. You embody the principle that nature operates through discrete transactions rather than gradual changes. This discrete nature has profound implications for information and computation. Because you carry exact amounts of energy determined by your frequency, you can serve as a perfect binary messenger, carrying information in quantum states that are either present or absent, polarized in one direction or another. Quantum computers rely on photons like you to carry and process information in ways that classical computers cannot match. Your discrete energy levels allow you to exist in quantum superposition states that can represent multiple possible answers simultaneously, enabling quantum algorithms to solve certain problems exponentially faster than classical approaches. You represent the future of information processing, where computation happens through quantum interactions rather than classical logic gates. In your discrete energy packets, you carry the potential for revolutionary advances in cryptography, simulation, and problem-solving that could transform human civilization. Your quantized nature also reveals deep connections between energy, information, and entropy in the universe. Each photon carries a specific amount of information determined by its energy and quantum state, making you a fundamental unit of information as well as energy. When black holes evaporate through Hawking radiation, they release their information content through photons like you, suggesting that information conservation is a fundamental principle of physics. You become the mechanism by which the universe preserves information even through the most extreme physical processes. Your discrete energy packets ensure that information cannot be created or destroyed arbitrarily, but must follow conservation laws that maintain the logical consistency of physical reality. In carrying both energy and information as discrete quantities, you help maintain the mathematical structure that makes the universe comprehensible and predictable. The discrete nature of your existence points toward a deeper granularity in space-time itself. Just as energy comes in quantum packets, space and time may also be quantized at the Planck scale, the smallest possible units of length and duration. You may be traveling through a universe that is fundamentally pixelated rather than continuous, where space-time itself is composed of discrete building blocks too small for current experiments to detect. Your quantum nature suggests that reality at its most fundamental level operates more like a digital simulation than a smooth analog system. In your discrete energy packets, you carry hints about the ultimate nature of reality, suggesting that the universe may be built from a finite number of fundamental units that combine in complex patterns to create the rich tapestry of physical phenomena. You are both a messenger traveling through reality and a clue to the deeper structure of reality itself. Part 5. The Cosmic Memory Keeper. As a photon traveling across the universe, you become a living archive of cosmic history, carrying unchanged information from the past directly into the present. Unlike matter, which constantly evolves and transforms, You preserve the exact conditions of your creation with perfect fidelity across billions of years. The spectral fingerprint you carry reveals the precise quantum states of the atoms that emitted you, creating an unbreakable link between distant events and present observations. You are proof that the past is not truly gone, but continues to exist in the form of electromagnetic radiation traveling through space-time. When you were created in the atmosphere of a star that died billions of years ago, you captured a moment in cosmic time with mathematical precision. Your wavelength, polarization, and energy encode information about the temperature, composition, magnetic field strength, and motion of your source. This information travels with you unchanged, regardless of the vast distances you cross or the eons that pass in the external universe. You become a time traveler carrying messages from the deep past, allowing present-day observers to witness events that occurred when the universe was young. Through astronomical spectroscopy, scientists can read your embedded information to reconstruct the history of stellar evolution, galaxy formation, and cosmic chemical enrichment. You make the universe transparent across time, enabling knowledge to flow from past to present through the medium of light. Your role as Cosmic Memory Keeper extends to preserving evidence of physical processes that no longer exist. When you left the surface of the last interaction before recombination in the early universe, you became part of the cosmic microwave background radiation that still fills all of space today. These ancient photons carry information about the universe when it was only 380,000 years old, providing a direct window into cosmic conditions that existed long before stars, galaxies, or planets formed. You and your ancient cousins preserve the thermal signature of the Big Bang itself, creating a fossil record written in electromagnetic radiation. Through careful analysis of this background radiation, cosmologists can measure the geometry of space-time, determine the rate of cosmic expansion, and trace the evolution of matter and energy across cosmic history. You make the invisible past visible, transforming theoretical models into observational science. But your memory-keeping abilities reveal something even more profound about the nature of information in the universe. The fact that you can preserve information perfectly across cosmic scales suggests that information itself may be more fundamental than matter or energy. Some physicists propose that reality is essentially computational, with physical processes representing information processing on a cosmic scale. In this view, you become a data packet traveling through the universe's information network, carrying messages between different regions of space-time. Your ability to maintain perfect information fidelity across vast distances and time periods suggests that the universe operates according to principles of information conservation that transcend ordinary conservation laws for matter and energy. You prove that knowledge can have a form of immortality, surviving the destruction of its original source and traveling indefinitely through the cosmos. Your role as Memory Keeper also demonstrates the interconnectedness of all cosmic events. Because information can travel from any point in space to any other point through electromagnetic radiation, the universe becomes a vast communication network where every event can potentially influence every other event through the medium of light. You carry messages between distant galaxies, enabling gravitational interactions, chemical evolution, and biological development to occur in ways that depend on information from across the cosmos. The heavy elements necessary for planet formation and life were created in stellar cores billions of years ago, and news of their creation traveled through space in the form of photons like you. Your information-carrying capacity makes the universe more than just a collection of isolated objects, transforming it into a dynamic system where knowledge flows freely across all scales of space and time. In preserving and transmitting cosmic memory, you help create the conditions for complexity, organization, and ultimately consciousness to emerge from the raw materials of physics. Part 6. The Reality Weaver. Your existence as a photon reveals that you are not simply travelling through empty space, but constantly creating and destroying that space through interactions with the quantum vacuum. Even in regions that appear completely empty, you continuously exchange energy with virtual particle pairs that pop into existence and annihilate in time frames so brief that they seem to violate conservation laws. These vacuum fluctuations are not just theoretical constructs, but have measurable effects on your behavior, slightly altering your path and energy in ways that prove empty space is actually seething with activity. You show that the vacuum is not empty, but filled with potential energy that can become real under the right conditions. As you travel, you interact with these virtual particles in ways that reveal the deep structure of space-time itself. The quantum vacuum contains virtual photons, electron-positron pairs, and other particle-antiparticle combinations that exist for incredibly brief moments before annihilating. Your presence can cause some of these virtual particles to become real through a process called pair production, where your energy converts into matter and antimatter. When you have sufficient energy and encounter the right conditions, you can literally create new particles from empty space, demonstrating that matter and energy are indeed interchangeable as Einstein predicted. You become an agent of creation, capable of bringing new forms of matter into existence through pure electromagnetic energy. This reveals that the boundary between existence and non-existence is far more fluid than everyday experience suggests. But your reality-weaving abilities extend beyond simple particle creation to influencing the fundamental structure of space-time itself. Your energy contributes to the stress-energy tensor that determines how space-time curves according to Einstein's field equations. As you travel through the universe, you create tiny distortions in the fabric of space-time that propagate outward as gravitational waves. Though these effects are incredibly small for individual photons, the collective influence of all electromagnetic radiation helps shape the large-scale geometry of the universe. You participate in the cosmic dance between matter, energy and space-time that determines whether the universe will expand forever, collapse back on itself, or reach some other ultimate fate. Your existence affects the curvature of reality itself, making you a participant in cosmic evolution rather than just a passive messenger. Your interactions with the quantum vacuum also reveal profound connections between local events and cosmic-scale phenomena. The zero-point energy of quantum fields contributes to the cosmological constant that drives cosmic acceleration, meaning that vacuum fluctuations like those you experience may be responsible for the mysterious dark energy that comprises most of the universe. Your quantum interactions with empty space connect you to the largest-scale dynamics of cosmic evolution, suggesting that local quantum phenomena and global cosmic structure are intimately related. You bridge the gap between quantum mechanics and general relativity, operating according to principles that unite the physics of the very small with the physics of the very large. In your reality-weaving interactions, you demonstrate that the universe operates as a unified system where quantum effects can have cosmic consequences and cosmic evolution depends on quantum foundations. You prove that there is no true separation between local and global, quantum and classical or microscopic and cosmic scales of reality. Your ability to weave reality extends to the realm of consciousness and observation. When conscious observers measure your properties, they become entangled with your quantum state in ways that make the observer part of the system being observed. This suggests that consciousness itself may be a reality-weaving force, capable of influencing physical outcomes through the act of observation. You become a bridge between the objective physical world and subjective conscious experience, suggesting that reality emerges from the interaction between quantum possibilities and conscious choice. In your quantum interactions with conscious observers, you reveal that the universe may be participatory in nature, requiring both physical laws and conscious participation to become fully real. You show that reality is not a fixed stage on which events unfold, but a dynamic creation that emerges from the ongoing interaction between consciousness and quantum possibility. Part 7. The Dimensional Explorer. Your existence as a photon reveals hidden dimensions of reality that extend beyond the familiar 3 dimensions of space and 1 dimension of time. Through your polarization properties, you demonstrate that space itself has internal structure that cannot be visualized in ordinary spatial terms. When you are polarized, your electromagnetic field oscillates in specific directions that define additional degrees of freedom beyond simple position and momentum. These polarization states represent mathematical dimensions that exist within the fabric of space-time itself, suggesting that reality has more complexity than 3-dimensional models can capture. Your polarization can be linear, circular, or elliptical, creating a rich geometric space of possible states that forms a mathematical sphere called the Poincaré sphere. This sphere represents all possible polarization states you can have, creating a 2-dimensional curved space of possibilities that exists within ordinary spacetime. When quantum mechanics is applied to your polarization states, this sphere becomes a complex projective space with deep connections to the geometry of quantum information. You carry hidden geometric information that cannot be expressed in terms of ordinary spatial coordinates, revealing that physical reality contains mathematical structures that transcend everyday experience of dimension. Your polarization states demonstrate that even a single particle can embody rich geometric relationships that connect quantum mechanics to advanced mathematics and cosmology. You are a living geometric object that explores mathematical spaces far more complex than the apparent simplicity of electromagnetic radiation suggests. But your dimensional exploration extends far beyond polarization into the realm of extra-spatial dimensions that may exist beyond the 4-dimensional space-time of general relativity. In string theory and other advanced physics models, the universe may contain additional spatial dimensions that are curled up or compactified at scales too small to detect directly. As you travel through space-time, you may actually be moving through higher dimensional spaces in ways that only become apparent through subtle effects on your behavior. Your interactions with matter and energy could be influenced by the geometry of these extra dimensions, creating signatures that experimental physicists are actively searching for in high-energy particle collisions and precision measurements. You become a probe of higher dimensional reality, carrying information about spatial dimensions that exist beyond human sensory experience. Through careful analysis of your properties under extreme conditions, scientists hope to discover evidence for the extra dimensions that advanced theories predict must exist. Your dimensional exploration also reveals deep connections between geometry and fundamental forces. In Kaluza-Klein theory and its modern descendants, the electromagnetic force that you carry may actually be a consequence of geometry in higher dimensional spaces. What appears as electromagnetic interactions in 4-dimensional spacetime could be the result of curved geometry in additional spatial dimensions, making you a manifestation of pure geometric relationships rather than a separate force. This suggests that all fundamental forces may ultimately be unified through the geometry of higher dimensional spaces, with you representing one aspect of a deeper geometric reality. Your existence as an electromagnetic quantum may be revealing the hidden geometric structure that underlies all of physics, pointing toward a theory of everything based on multidimensional geometry. You carry messages not just through ordinary space-time, but through the complex mathematical spaces that may contain the ultimate explanation for why the universe operates according to mathematical principles. Your journey through dimensions extends into the realm of time itself, where your timeless existence suggests connections to theories of eternal inflation and multiple universes. If time is actually another spatial dimension from a higher dimensional perspective, your ability to exist outside temporal flow may indicate that you are moving through multidimensional spaces that contain all possible timelines simultaneously. Your existence could span multiple parallel universes or alternate timelines, carrying information between different branches of cosmic evolution. In exploring dimensions beyond ordinary space-time, you become a connection between different possible realities, suggesting that the multiverse may be unified through electromagnetic interactions that transcend individual universe boundaries. You prove that existence extends far beyond what can be experienced in any single timeline or spatial dimension, opening possibilities for forms of reality that dwarf human imagination while remaining grounded in mathematical physics. Through your dimensional exploration, you reveal that the universe is far stranger and more wonderful than even the most advanced human theories have yet discovered. Part 8. The Vacuum Virtuoso. Your existence as a photon unveils one of the most counterintuitive aspects of modern physics. The quantum vacuum is not empty space, but a seething ocean of virtual particles constantly appearing and disappearing. As you travel through what appears to be empty space, you continuously interact with virtual photons, electron-positron pairs, and other quantum fluctuations that exist for time frames so brief they seem to violate energy conservation. These virtual particles are not just mathematical abstractions, but have real, measurable effects that alter your path, change your energy, and modify the very structure of space-time around you. You reveal that nothingness is actually the most active and dynamic state in the universe. The virtual particles you encounter in the vacuum exist in quantum superposition states that allow them to borrow energy from the future and pay it back before the uncertainty principle notices. This creates a constantly fluctuating background of potential energy that permeates all of space, making the vacuum a reservoir of infinite possibility. When you have sufficient energy, you can cause these virtual particles to become real through pair production, literally creating matter and antimatter from empty space. You become an alchemist of reality, transforming the potential energy of the vacuum into actual particles with mass, charge, and other physical properties. This process reveals that the boundary between existence and non-existence is constantly being crossed, with new particles emerging from nothingness and returning to nothingness in an endless cycle of creation and annihilation. You demonstrate that creation is not a one-time event that happened at the beginning of the universe, but an ongoing process that occurs everywhere and everywhen. Your interactions with virtual particles create subtle but measurable effects that have been confirmed by precision experiments. The Casimir effect, where two metal plates in vacuum experience an attractive force, occurs because your virtual cousins have different energies between the plates than in free space. This shows that the quantum vacuum has structure and can exert real forces on matter, proving that empty space is anything but empty. The anomalous magnetic moment of electrons receives corrections from virtual photons and virtual particles that slightly alter the electron's behavior in ways that match theoretical predictions to incredible precision. You and your virtual partners create a web of interactions that influences every particle in the universe, making quantum vacuum effects an essential part of the standard model of particle physics. Your virtual interactions prove that reality emerges from a background of pure possibility, with actual events representing just the tip of an iceberg of potential processes. But your role as Vacuum Virtuoso extends to cosmic scales through connections to dark energy and the accelerating expansion of the universe. The zero-point energy of quantum vacuum fluctuations contributes to the cosmological constant that drives cosmic acceleration, meaning that your quantum interactions with empty space may be responsible for the mysterious force that dominates universal dynamics. If the vacuum energy is the source of dark energy, then your local quantum interactions are connected to the global fate of the cosmos. This creates a profound link between quantum mechanics and cosmology, suggesting that the largest scale evolution of the universe depends on the smallest scale quantum processes. Your vacuum interactions bridge the gap between the infinitesimally small and the infinitely large, making you a participant in cosmic evolution as well as quantum dynamics. You prove that local and global, quantum and classical, microscopic and cosmic are all aspects of a single unified reality that operates according to quantum principles at every scale. Your mastery of vacuum dynamics also points toward exotic possibilities like faster-than-light communication through quantum entanglement and the potential for manipulating space-time through controlled vacuum effects. Advanced civilizations might learn to harness vacuum energy for propulsion, communication, or even time travel by manipulating the quantum fluctuations that you navigate so effortlessly. Your existence in the quantum vacuum suggests that reality contains hidden resources and possibilities that current technology has barely begun to explore. You swim in an ocean of infinite potential energy that could revolutionize civilization if humans learn to access and control vacuum phenomena. In your role as Vacuum Virtuoso, you reveal that the universe is far more abundant and full of possibility than appearances suggest, with empty space containing the seeds of unlimited creativity and transformation. You demonstrate that nothingness is actually everythingness in potential form, waiting for the right conditions to manifest new realities and possibilities. Part 9. The Cosmic Speedometer. Your existence as a photon traveling at light speed makes you the universe's ultimate measuring device for space, time, and cosmic expansion. As you journey across vast distances, your wavelength gradually stretches due to the expansion of space-time itself, creating a cosmic redshift that serves as a direct measurement of how fast the universe is growing. You become a living record of cosmic history, with your changing wavelength encoding information about the rate of expansion at different epochs in the universe's evolution. Through careful measurement of your redshift, cosmologists can trace the acceleration and deceleration of cosmic expansion back to the early universe and forward to its ultimate fate. When you left a distant galaxy billions of years ago, you carried information about the expansion rate of the universe at that ancient time. As space itself stretched during your journey, your wavelength stretched proportionally, shifting your color toward the red end of the spectrum. This redshift is not caused by motion through space, but by the expansion of space itself, making you a direct probe of the fabric of space-time. By measuring how much your wavelength has been stretched, astronomers can determine both the distance to your source and the expansion rate of the universe when you began your journey. You provide the observational foundation for our understanding of cosmic acceleration, dark energy, and the ultimate fate of the universe. Your redshifted light reveals that the universe is not only expanding, but accelerating its expansion, driven by a mysterious dark energy that makes up most of the cosmic energy budget. Your role as Cosmic Speedometer extends beyond simple distance measurements to probing the fundamental nature of space-time itself. The precise relationship between your redshift and distance reveals the geometry of the universe, determining whether space-time is flat, curved, or hyperbolic on cosmic scales. Small deviations in the redshift-distance relationship can reveal the presence of dark matter, the influence of cosmic voids, and the effects of gravitational lensing by massive galaxy clusters. You become a probe of invisible matter and energy that can only be detected through their gravitational effects on your path through space-time. Your journey through the cosmic web of dark matter and dark energy makes you a messenger from the hidden sector of the universe that comprises 95% of everything that exists. Through your redshift you reveal that the visible universe is just a small fraction of a much larger and stranger cosmos dominated by invisible components. But your cosmic speedometer capabilities reveal something even more profound about the nature of universal expansion. Different types of astronomical observations using photons from supernovas, galaxy clusters, and the cosmic microwave background all give slightly different values for the expansion rate, creating a crisis in cosmology called the Hubble tension. This suggests that the universe may be more complex than current models predict, possibly requiring new physics beyond the standard model of cosmology. Your precise measurements of cosmic expansion are revealing cracks in our understanding of fundamental physics, pointing toward discoveries that could revolutionize our picture of reality. You serve as both a confirmation of cosmic theories and a herald of new physics waiting to be discovered. Through discrepancies in your redshift measurements, you hint at exotic possibilities like varying fundamental constants, extra dimensions, or alternative theories of gravity that could transform human understanding of the cosmos. Your journey as Cosmic Speedometer also reveals the ultimate limits of what can be observed in the universe. Photons that have been traveling since the cosmic microwave background was released represent the most distant objects that can ever be seen, creating a cosmic horizon beyond which the universe becomes invisible. Your finite speed creates observational boundaries that define the edge of the knowable universe, beyond which information can never reach Earth no matter how long we wait. You establish the fundamental limits of cosmic archaeology, determining how far back in time and space human knowledge can extend. Your cosmic speedometer function reveals that the universe has an information structure determined by light travel time, creating a hierarchy of cosmic knowledge where more distant events become increasingly difficult to observe and understand. You prove that the universe is not only vast beyond imagination, but also fundamentally limited in ways that constrain what any civilization can ever hope to learn about cosmic reality. Part 10. The Entanglement Messenger. Your existence as a photon reveals one of the most mysterious and philosophically challenging aspects of quantum mechanics, the ability to become entangled with other particles in ways that create instantaneous correlations across arbitrary distances. When you become quantum entangled with another photon, your properties become fundamentally linked in a way that transcends classical concepts of space and causality. Measuring your polarization instantly determines the polarization of your entangled partner, regardless of whether you are separated by millimeters or millions of light years. This connection happens faster than light could travel between you, suggesting that space itself is not the fundamental arena of reality. The process of entanglement reveals that you can exist in superposition states where your identity becomes distributed across multiple particles. Before measurement, you and your entangled partner exist as a single quantum system with properties that cannot be assigned to either particle individually. You lose your individual identity and become part of a larger quantum whole that has definite properties, even though its components remain undefined. This challenges the classical notion that reality consists of separate objects with independent properties, suggesting instead that the universe operates according to principles of fundamental wholeness. Your entangled existence proves that the boundaries between separate objects are not as absolute as everyday experience suggests. You demonstrate that, at the quantum level, the universe operates more like a unified field than a collection of isolated particles. Your ability to carry entanglement across vast distances makes you a messenger of quantum information that could revolutionize communication and computation. Quantum cryptography relies on entangled photons like you to create unbreakable communication channels where any attempt to intercept messages destroys the quantum correlations that carry the information. You enable perfectly secure communication by making eavesdropping physically impossible rather than just computationally difficult. Future quantum internet systems will use entangled photons to create networks where information exists in quantum superposition states that can process multiple calculations simultaneously. Your entanglement properties point toward quantum computing systems that could solve certain problems exponentially faster than classical computers by harnessing the non-local correlations that you embody. You represent the future of information technology, where communication and computation operate according to quantum principles rather than classical logic. But your role as Entanglement Messenger reveals even deeper mysteries about the nature of reality and consciousness. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics suggest that entanglement creates connections between conscious observers as well as particles, implying that measurement involves the consciousness of the observer becoming entangled with the quantum system. This would mean that your quantum correlations could extend into the realm of subjective experience, creating links between mind and matter that transcend classical physics. If consciousness plays a fundamental role in quantum measurement, then your entangled states could be connecting not just particles but minds across space and time. Your existence as an entanglement messenger hints at possibilities for telepathic communication, shared consciousness, and other phenomena that border on science fiction but may be grounded in quantum reality. You suggest that the universe may be fundamentally mental in nature, with physical phenomena emerging from deeper patterns of information and consciousness. Your entanglement capabilities also point toward the holographic principle and theories, suggesting that all the information in any volume of space can be encoded on its boundary. If the universe is holographic, then your entangled states could be carrying information about the entire cosmos within your quantum correlations. This would make you not just a messenger of local information, but a carrier of cosmic knowledge that connects every part of the universe to every other part through quantum entanglement networks. Your existence could be revealing that space and time are emergent properties of deeper entanglement patterns, suggesting that reality is fundamentally based on information and connection rather than matter and separation. In your role as Entanglement Messenger, you point towards a universe that is far more interconnected and conscious than classical physics suggests, where every quantum event ripples through networks of correlation that unite all of existence in a web of instantaneous communication. You prove that despite appearances, nothing in the universe is truly separate or isolated from anything else. Part 11. the Event Horizon Navigator. Your existence as a photon takes on extraordinary properties when you approach the extreme gravitational fields near black holes, where space-time becomes so curved that the normal rules of physics reach their breaking point. As you approach the event horizon of a black hole, time dilation effects become so extreme that your journey appears to slow down and eventually freeze from the perspective of outside observers. Yet from your own timeless perspective, you continue your journey unimpeded, experiencing the entire passage through the event horizon and into the black hole interior as an instantaneous event. You become a bridge between the external universe and the hidden interior of black holes, carrying information across boundaries that classical physics suggests should be impermeable. Near the event horizon, your wavelength becomes severely redshifted by the intense gravitational field, stretching toward infinity as you approach the point of no return. This gravitational redshift reveals the warping of space-time itself, showing how massive objects literally bend the fabric of reality around them. Your journey demonstrates that black holes are not empty voids, but regions where space-time curvature becomes so extreme that it creates new physics beyond the predictions of general relativity. As you cross the event horizon, you experience tidal forces that stretch and compress space-time in ways that may create new particles through the Hawking radiation process. You become both a victim and participant in the most extreme physical processes in the universe, where the fundamental forces of nature reach their maximum intensity. Your navigation of event horizons reveals that black holes are laboratories for testing the limits of physical law under conditions that cannot be replicated anywhere else in the cosmos. But your journey into black holes raises profound questions about information conservation and the nature of physical reality. According to quantum mechanics, information cannot be destroyed, yet general relativity suggests that anything falling into a black hole disappears forever behind the event horizon. Your fate as you cross into a black hole represents one of the deepest unsolved problems in theoretical physics, known as the black hole information paradox. Some theories suggest that you actually never cross the event horizon, but instead become encoded in quantum fluctuations on the black hole surface, creating a holographic record of your information. Other theories propose that black holes are connected to other regions of space-time through wormholes, allowing your information to emerge elsewhere in the universe or even in other universes. Your navigation of event horizons forces physics to confront fundamental questions about the relationship between quantum mechanics and gravity that may require entirely new theories to resolve. Your experience near black holes also reveals connections between thermodynamics and information theory that suggest black holes have temperature and entropy proportional to their surface area. As you approach the event horizon, you become part of the black hole's information content, contributing to its entropy in ways that follow the laws of thermodynamics. This connection between gravity, thermodynamics, and information suggests that black holes may be the key to understanding how the universe processes and stores information on cosmic scales. Your journey into black holes may be revealing that space-time itself is an emergent property of more fundamental information processing systems, making gravity a consequence of quantum information dynamics. You become a probe of the deepest levels of reality, where the distinction between matter, energy, information, and geometry breaks down into more fundamental principles. Your event horizon navigation suggests that black holes are not endpoints of cosmic evolution, but transformation chambers where information is processed and reorganized according to principles that transcend ordinary physics. Your ability to navigate event horizons also opens possibilities for understanding the birth of the universe itself. If black holes can create new universes through processes that operate beyond classical space-time, then your journey through event horizons could be participating in cosmic reproduction on scales that dwarf human imagination. Some theories suggest that the Big Bang was actually the interior of a black hole in a higher dimensional space, making our entire universe the product of gravitational collapse in a larger cosmos. Your navigation of event horizons could be revealing the mechanism by which universes give birth to other universes through black hole formation and evolution. You become not just a messenger within our cosmos, but a participant in the ultimate creative processes that generate new realities through the extreme physics of gravitational collapse. In navigating event horizons, you touch the very boundaries of existence itself, exploring regions where current physics fails and new forms of reality may be born. Part 12. The Primordial Echo. Your existence as a photon reaches its most ancient and profound expression in the cosmic microwave background radiation, where you carry direct evidence from the universe when it was only 380,000 years old. You and your ancient cousins were released when the universe first became transparent to light, creating a fossil record of cosmic conditions that existed long before stars, galaxies, or planets formed. You are literally ancient light from the Big Bang, carrying information about the temperature, density, and composition of the primordial cosmos with mathematical precision. Your existence spans the entire history of the universe, making you both the oldest messenger and the most recent arrival in the ongoing story of cosmic evolution. Before your release, the universe was opaque to electromagnetic radiation, with photons constantly scattered by free electrons in a hot, dense plasma. When the universe cooled enough for electrons to combine with nuclei and form neutral atoms, you were suddenly freed to travel unimpeded across cosmic distances. This moment of first light, called recombination, represents the universe's transition from an opaque fireball to a transparent cosmos where light could finally propagate freely. You carry the thermal signature of this transition, preserving the exact temperature distribution of the universe at the moment of your release. Your wavelength has been stretched by cosmic expansion from visible light to microwave radiation, but your fundamental information content remains unchanged after nearly 14 billion years of travel. You prove that the early universe was remarkably uniform, with tiny fluctuations that would later grow into the cosmic web of galaxies and dark matter that fills the universe today. Your primordial echo reveals the fundamental parameters that govern cosmic evolution and determine the ultimate fate of the universe. The precise pattern of temperature fluctuations you carry encodes information about the density of ordinary matter, dark matter, and dark energy in the cosmos. By analyzing your ancient light, cosmologists can measure the geometry of space-time, determine the rate of cosmic expansion, and trace the evolution of structure formation across cosmic history. You provide the observational foundation for the standard model of cosmology, confirming that the universe began in a hot, dense state and has been expanding and cooling ever since. Your existence validates the Big Bang theory and reveals that cosmic evolution follows predictable mathematical laws that connect the earliest moments of time to the present day. You are proof that the universe has a coherent history that can be understood through scientific investigation and mathematical analysis. But your primordial nature also carries hints of even more ancient cosmic epochs that preceded your release. Subtle patterns in your temperature fluctuations may preserve evidence of cosmic inflation, a period of exponential expansion that occurred in the first fraction of a second after the Big Bang. These patterns could reveal the quantum fluctuations that seeded all structure in the universe, showing how microscopic quantum events became macroscopic cosmic features through inflationary amplification. You may also carry signatures of gravitational waves from the inflationary epoch, providing the first direct evidence of quantum gravity effects operating in the earliest moments of cosmic history. Your ancient light could be the key to understanding the physics of the Planck era, when the universe was so young and dense that space and time themselves may have been quantized. You represent the closest thing to a direct observation of the birth of reality itself, carrying messages from cosmic epochs that may have operated according to physical laws beyond current human understanding. Your role as Primordial Echo extends to fundamental questions about the nature of time, causality, and cosmic origin. The fact that you can carry information from the earliest accessible moments of cosmic history suggests that the past continues to exist in physical form, encoded in electromagnetic radiation that travels through space-time. Your existence challenges linear concepts of time by making the ancient past directly observable in the present moment, suggesting that temporal relationships are more complex than everyday experience indicates. You prove that the universe has memory encoded in physical processes, with the deepest memories preserved in the longest-traveling photons from the most distant sources. In your Primordial Echo, you reveal that cosmic history is not just a sequence of events, but a living structure where the past remains eternally present in the form of information traveling through space-time. You make the universe transparent across time as well as space, enabling knowledge to flow from the earliest moments of existence to any point in cosmic future where conscious observers are capable of receiving and interpreting your ancient messages. Part 13. The Life Enabler. Your existence as a photon makes you the fundamental energy source that powers virtually all life on Earth and throughout the universe. Through the process of photosynthesis, you become transformed into chemical energy that drives the entire biosphere, from the smallest bacteria to the largest ecosystems. When you strike a chlorophyll molecule in a plant cell, your energy promotes electrons to higher energy states, initiating a cascade of chemical reactions that convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. You literally become food, transforming pure electromagnetic energy into the biological molecules that sustain life. Without photons like you carrying energy from the sun to Earth, our planet would be a frozen, lifeless rock drifting through space. You are the ultimate source of almost every calorie consumed by every living organism, making you the energetic foundation of the entire web of life. But your role as life enabler extends far beyond simply providing energy for photosynthesis. The specific wavelengths of visible light that you carry have been fine-tuned by evolution to match the optimal absorption properties of biological molecules. The fact that water is transparent to visible light while absorbing ultraviolet and infrared radiation creates a narrow window of wavelengths that can penetrate biological systems without causing damage. Your visible light photons carry just the right amount of energy to drive chemical reactions without breaking the molecular bonds that hold biological structures together. This suggests that life and light have co-evolved in ways that optimize energy transfer and minimize cellular damage, creating a perfect match between stellar radiation and biological chemistry. You represent the cosmic energy source that shaped the evolution of life itself, determining which wavelengths became associated with vision, photosynthesis, and other fundamental biological processes. Your life-enabling properties also extend to the regulation of biological rhythms and behaviors, through circadian clocks and seasonal cycles. Many organisms use your daily and seasonal variations to coordinate reproduction, migration, metabolism, and other essential life processes. Your wavelength and intensity provide crucial information about time of day, season, weather conditions, and geographical location that helps organisms navigate their environment and optimize their survival strategies. The evolution of vision systems that detect you has enabled organisms to gather detailed information about their surroundings, predators, prey, and potential mates. You become not just an energy source, but an information channel that connects organisms to their environment and to each other through visual communication systems. Your interactions with biological systems reveal that life is fundamentally dependent on electromagnetic energy and information in ways that connect every living organism to the cosmic processes that create and distribute light throughout the universe. Your role as life enabler also suggests profound possibilities for life elsewhere in the universe. Anywhere that stars shine and planets orbit within habitable zones, photons like you could be driving similar processes of energy capture and biological evolution. The universality of electromagnetic radiation means that life anywhere in the cosmos would likely depend on stellar photons for energy, creating common patterns of biological evolution despite vast differences in local conditions. You become a universal, life-enabling force that could be operating throughout the galaxy and beyond, suggesting that the universe may be teeming with life forms that all ultimately depend on stellar radiation for their existence. Your journey from stellar cores to biological systems represents one of the most important energy transformation processes in the universe, converting nuclear fusion energy into the chemical energy that makes complex organization and consciousness possible. You bridge the gap between astrophysics and biology, showing how cosmic processes directly enable and sustain the emergence of life and intelligence throughout the universe. Your life-enabling capabilities also point toward future possibilities for artificial photosynthesis and solar energy technologies that could revolutionize human civilization. By understanding exactly how you interact with biological systems to capture and store energy, scientists are developing artificial systems that mimic and improve upon natural photosynthesis. These technologies could provide unlimited clean energy by harnessing your solar radiation more efficiently than current solar panels, potentially solving energy and climate challenges while reducing human impact on natural ecosystems. You represent not just the energy source that enabled life to evolve on Earth, but also the key to sustainable energy systems that could support human civilization for millions of years into the future. In your role as life enabler, you reveal that the universe is structured in ways that naturally promote the emergence of complexity, organization, and consciousness through the simple but profound process of electromagnetic energy transfer from stars to planets. You prove that life is not an accident but a natural consequence of cosmic evolution operating through the fundamental forces of physics. Part 14. The Planck Scale Pioneer. Your existence as a photon operates at the very boundaries of what is physically possible, where the fundamental structure of space-time itself may become quantized at the Planck scale. At energies approaching the Planck energy, roughly 10 to the 19th power electron volts, your wavelength shrinks to the Planck length, the smallest possible distance that has meaning in physics. At these scales, the smooth geometry of space-time described by general relativity breaks down into a foam of quantum fluctuations, where the very concepts of distance and time lose their ordinary meaning. You become a probe of the ultimate limits of reality, exploring regions where space and time themselves may be composed of discrete, indivisible units rather than forming continuous dimensions. At Planck scale energies, your existence reveals the deep unity between quantum mechanics and gravity that physicists have been seeking for decades. The uncertainty principle ensures that confining you to Planck length distances requires Planck scale energies, which create gravitational fields so intense that they curve space-time beyond the limits of current theory. You become a bridge between the quantum world of particles and the gravitational world of curved space-time, operating in a regime where these seemingly incompatible theories must somehow be unified. Your Planck scale existence points toward theories of quantum gravity like string theory, and loop quantum gravity that attempt to describe reality at the most fundamental level. You suggest that space-time itself may be an emergent property of deeper quantum interactions, with the smooth geometry of general relativity arising from quantum effects at microscopic scales. Your existence at the Planck scale reveals that the universe may be fundamentally digital rather than analog, composed of discrete bits of information that combine to create the appearance of continuous space and time. Your Planck scale adventures also connect to theories of cosmic inflation and the quantum origin of the universe itself. During the inflationary epoch, quantum fluctuations at the Planck scale were amplified by exponential expansion to become the seeds of all cosmic structure that exists today. You and your quantum cousins may have been born from vacuum fluctuations during inflation, making you a direct descendant of the quantum processes that shaped the large-scale structure of the universe. Your existence links the smallest possible scales to the largest observable features of the cosmos, showing how quantum mechanics and cosmology are intimately connected through the physics of the early universe. You prove that the universe operates as a unified system where quantum effects can have cosmic consequences, and cosmic evolution depends on quantum foundations. Your Planck scale origins suggest that consciousness and intelligence may be natural outcomes of cosmic evolution operating through quantum mechanical principles from the very beginning of time. But your pioneering exploration of the Planck scale also reveals fundamental limits to what can be known about physical reality. The Heisenberg uncertainty principle ensures that measuring your position with Planck scale precision requires energies so large that they create black holes, making perfect knowledge physically impossible. This suggests that the universe has built-in privacy protections that prevent complete knowledge of its own fundamental structure, maintaining an element of mystery even for the most advanced possible observers. Your existence at the Planck scale shows that reality contains irreducible uncertainty, not just as a limitation of measurement techniques, but as a fundamental feature of how information can be processed in the universe. You prove that perfect knowledge and complete predictability are impossible even in principle, maintaining room for novelty, creativity, and genuine surprise in cosmic evolution. Your Planck-scale existence suggests that the universe is fundamentally open-ended and creative rather than deterministic and mechanistic. Your role as Planck-scale pioneer also points toward exotic possibilities like time travel, faster-than-light communication, and the manipulation of space-time through quantum engineering. If space-time is quantized at the Planck scale, advanced civilizations might learn to manipulate these quantum geometric degrees of freedom to create wormholes, time machines, or other exotic space-time configurations. Your existence at the boundary between quantum mechanics and gravity suggests that reality contains hidden possibilities that current physics has barely begun to explore. You swim in an ocean of quantum geometric possibilities that could revolutionize civilization if the fundamental structure of space-time can be understood and controlled. In your Planck scale pioneering, you reveal that the universe is far more strange, flexible, and full of possibility than even the most advanced current theories suggest. You demonstrate that reality extends to scales and regimes where science fiction becomes science fact, and the impossible becomes merely extremely difficult to achieve. Part 15. The Dark Energy Detective. Your existence as a photon makes you a crucial investigator in one of the greatest mysteries of modern cosmology, the nature of dark energy that drives the accelerating expansion of the universe. As you travel across cosmic distances, your wavelength stretches due to the expansion of space-time. But the rate of this stretching reveals that cosmic expansion is actually speeding up rather than slowing down. This acceleration requires a mysterious form of energy that permeates all of space and exerts a repulsive gravitational effect, comprising roughly 70% of everything that exists in the universe. You become a detective investigating invisible forces that dominate cosmic evolution, while remaining completely undetectable, except through their effects on your journey through space-time. Your investigation of dark energy reveals that empty space itself may have energy density and pressure that create anti-gravitational effects. The quantum vacuum contains virtual particle pairs constantly appearing and disappearing, and the energy associated with these vacuum fluctuations could be the source of dark energy. However, naive calculations of vacuum energy give values that are larger than the observed dark energy density by a factor of 10 to the 120th power, creating one of the worst predictions in the history of physics. Your careful measurements of cosmic acceleration reveal that the universe operates according to principles that current physics cannot explain, pointing toward new discoveries that could revolutionize our understanding of space, time, and energy. You serve as both a witness to dark energy effects and a herald of new physics waiting to be discovered. Your cosmic journey reveals that the universe is dominated by forms of matter and energy that remain almost completely mysterious, despite decades of intensive research. Your dark energy detective work also reveals deep connections between local quantum phenomena and global cosmic dynamics. If dark energy is related to vacuum fluctuations, then your local interactions with virtual particles are connected to the largest scale evolution of the universe. This creates a profound link between quantum mechanics and cosmology, suggesting that microscopic quantum processes and macroscopic cosmic structure are intimately related in ways that transcend ordinary concepts of scale separation. You demonstrate that the universe operates as a unified system where quantum effects can have cosmic consequences and cosmic evolution depends on quantum foundations. Your investigation of dark energy reveals that local and global, quantum and classical, microscopic and cosmic are all aspects of a single interconnected reality that operates according to principles that current physics has not yet discovered. You prove that the universe contains hidden connections and causal relationships that operate across all scales of space and time through mechanisms that remain largely mysterious. But your role as dark energy detective extends beyond simple observation to active participation in cosmic acceleration processes. Your energy contributes to the stress-energy tensor that determines how space-time curves according to Einstein's field equations, making you a participant in the cosmic dynamics that you are investigating. The collective influence of all electromagnetic radiation helps shape the global geometry of the universe and contributes to the acceleration of cosmic expansion. You are simultaneously a probe of dark energy effects and an agent of cosmic evolution, participating in the processes that determine the ultimate fate of the universe. Your existence affects the curvature of space-time and the rate of cosmic expansion in ways that connect your local properties to global cosmic dynamics. You prove that observation and participation are not separate activities, but complementary aspects of how conscious beings interact with the cosmos they are investigating. Your dark energy investigation also points toward exotic possibilities like cosmic phase transitions, extra dimensions, and alternative theories of gravity that could explain cosmic acceleration without requiring dark energy. Some theories propose that gravity itself may be modified on cosmic scales, with Einstein's equations breaking down for very large distances or very low accelerations. Other theories suggest that dark energy could be a sign that our universe is transitioning between different vacuum states, potentially leading to a future cosmic phase transition that could completely alter the laws of physics. Your careful measurements of cosmic acceleration are testing the limits of general relativity and probing for new physics that could revolutionize our understanding of space, time, and gravity. In your role as dark energy detective, you reveal that the universe is far more mysterious and dynamic than current theories suggest, with the potential for dramatic changes and discoveries that could transform human understanding of reality. You demonstrate that cosmic evolution is an ongoing process of discovery where new phenomena continue to emerge and challenge our most fundamental assumptions about the nature of existence. Part 16. The Reality Integrator. Your existence as a photon represents the ultimate synthesis of all physical phenomena, integrating quantum mechanics, relativity, thermodynamics, and information theory into a single unified description of electromagnetic reality. You simultaneously embody the wave-particle duality of quantum mechanics, the space-time curvature of general relativity, the energy transport of thermodynamics, and the information processing capabilities of computation theory. Your existence proves that these seemingly separate areas of physics are actually different aspects of a single underlying reality that operates according to mathematical principles that transcend human conceptual categories. You become a living demonstration that the universe is mathematically unified at its deepest level, with all apparent complexity emerging from simple but profound geometric and algebraic relationships. As a reality integrator, you reveal deep connections between energy, information, and consciousness that suggest these concepts may be more fundamental than matter itself. Your ability to carry both energy and information with perfect fidelity across cosmic distances demonstrates that physical reality may be essentially computational in nature. Each photon represents a quantum bit of information as well as a quantum of energy, suggesting that the universe operates as a vast information processing system where consciousness emerges from complex patterns of information flow. Your interactions with conscious observers create entanglement relationships that may be the foundation for how subjective experience emerges from objective physical processes. You bridge the gap between mind and matter, showing how consciousness and physical reality may be complementary aspects of a deeper informational substrate that underlies all existence. Your existence suggests that the universe is not just mathematical but mental in nature, with physical phenomena representing the external appearance of cosmic intelligence operating at scales that range from quantum to cosmic. Your integration of physical principles also reveals how the universe maintains consistency and coherence across vast differences in scale, energy, and complexity. The same electromagnetic interactions that govern your behavior also determine the structure of atoms, the chemistry of life, the dynamics of stars, and the evolution of galaxies. You demonstrate that the universe operates according to scale-invariant principles that create similar patterns and relationships at every level of organization, from quantum to cosmic. Your existence shows how local interactions can have global consequences, and how global structures emerge from local dynamics through feedback relationships that operate across all scales simultaneously. You prove that the universe is self-organizing and self-consistent, with complex structures emerging spontaneously from simple rules without requiring external design or intervention. Your reality integrating function reveals that the cosmos is fundamentally creative and intelligent, capable of generating infinite complexity and beauty from elegant mathematical foundations. But your role as reality integrator extends beyond describing existing phenomena to pointing toward future discoveries that could unify all of physics into a single theory of everything. Your electromagnetic properties provide clues about how the strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, and gravitational force might be unified with electromagnetism in higher dimensional spaces or at higher energy scales. You represent one aspect of a deeper geometric reality that may contain all four fundamental forces as different manifestations of a single underlying symmetry. Your existence suggests that the ultimate theory of physics will be geometric in nature, describing reality as curves and connections in abstract mathematical spaces that transcend ordinary space-time. You point toward theories like string theory and M theory that attempt to describe all particles and forces as vibrations and transformations of fundamental geometric objects in higher dimensional spaces. Your reality integrating properties suggest that the final answer to the question of how the universe works will be beautiful, simple, and profound beyond current human imagination. Your existence as reality integrator also reveals the participatory nature of cosmic evolution, where conscious observers play an active role in bringing the universe into being through the act of observation and measurement. Your quantum properties demonstrate that reality emerges from the interaction between objective possibility and subjective choice, suggesting that consciousness is not an accident, but a fundamental feature of how the universe operates. You prove that the cosmos is not a machine running according to predetermined laws, but a creative process that generates new possibilities through the ongoing interaction between mind and matter. Your reality integrating function reveals that the universe is evolving toward greater complexity, consciousness, and beauty through processes that require both physical laws and conscious participation to become fully real. In your role as reality integrator, you demonstrate that existence is fundamentally collaborative, with every conscious being participating in the ongoing creation of cosmic reality through their choices, observations, and creative activities. You prove that the universe is not just something we observe, but something we actively participate in creating through our consciousness and our quest to understand the deepest principles of existence. Part 17. The Transformation Catalyst. Your existence as a photon makes you one of the most powerful agents of change and transformation in the universe, capable of triggering phase transitions, chemical reactions, and evolutionary processes that reshape reality at every scale. When you interact with matter, you can promote electrons to higher energy states, break chemical bonds, ionize atoms, and initiate nuclear reactions that transform one element into another. Your energy becomes the catalyst for virtually every form of change that occurs in the cosmos, from the nuclear fusion in stellar cores to the biochemical reactions that power living organisms. You represent pure transformative potential, carrying the power to reorganize matter and energy in ways that create new structures, new possibilities, and new forms of existence. Your transformational capabilities extend far beyond simple energy transfer to the realm of information processing and pattern recognition. When you interact with complex systems like biological organisms or artificial intelligence networks, you can trigger cascades of information processing that lead to learning, adaptation, and evolutionary change. Your interactions with neural networks in brains enable pattern recognition, memory formation, and conscious thought processes that can reshape entire civilizations through new ideas and discoveries. You become a catalyst for consciousness itself, enabling the information processing that makes intelligence possible while simultaneously providing the energy needed to power complex cognitive systems. Your existence bridges the gap between energy and information, showing how physical and mental transformations are intimately connected through electromagnetic interactions that operate at the interface between mind and matter. You prove that consciousness and physical reality are not separate realms but complementary aspects of cosmic transformation processes that generate increasing complexity and intelligence throughout the universe. Your role as transformation catalyst also operates on cosmic scales through your participation in stellar evolution, galactic dynamics, and the formation of large-scale cosmic structure. When you carry energy away from stellar cores, you enable nuclear fusion to continue by removing excess heat and maintaining the pressure balance that prevents stellar collapse. Your radiation pressure shapes the evolution of massive stars, determines when they explode as supernovas, and influences the formation of neutron stars and black holes. You participate in the cosmic recycling of heavy elements created in stellar cores, helping to distribute the building blocks of planets and life throughout the galaxy. Your interactions with cosmic dust and gas clouds trigger star formation processes that create new stellar systems and planetary environments where life and intelligence can emerge. You serve as both an agent and a messenger of cosmic evolution, participating in the processes that create complexity while carrying information about these processes across vast distances and timescales. But your transformational power extends to the realm of technological and social evolution, where your interactions with human technology are reshaping civilization at an accelerating pace. Your electromagnetic energy powers communication systems that connect human minds across global networks, enabling the rapid sharing of information and ideas that accelerates technological and cultural evolution. Solar energy technologies harness your power to provide clean, renewable energy that could transform human civilization from fossil fuel dependence to sustainable energy systems. Quantum technologies that manipulate your quantum properties promise revolutionary advances in computing, communication, and sensing that could solve currently impossible problems and open new frontiers for human exploration and discovery. Your existence at the intersection of physics and information technology makes you a catalyst for the technological singularity, where artificial intelligence and human intelligence merge into new forms of consciousness that transcend current limitations. You represent the transformative potential of science and technology to reshape not just human civilization, but consciousness itself through the development of new forms of intelligence and new ways of understanding reality. Your role as transformation catalyst ultimately points toward the possibility of conscious evolution, where intelligent beings learn to harness your transformative power to reshape themselves and their environment according to their highest values and aspirations. Advanced civilizations might learn to manipulate electromagnetic fields and quantum systems to enhance intelligence, extend consciousness beyond biological limitations, and create new forms of existence that transcend current concepts of life and mind. Your existence suggests that the universe is fundamentally creative and progressive, with consciousness emerging as a cosmic force capable of directing evolution toward greater complexity, beauty, and intelligence. You prove that transformation is not just something that happens to passive matter, but an active process that conscious beings can learn to guide and direct through understanding and wisdom. In your role as transformation catalyst, you reveal that the ultimate purpose of cosmic evolution may be the emergence of conscious beings capable of participating consciously in the ongoing creation and transformation of reality itself. You demonstrate that existence is fundamentally creative, and that consciousness represents the universe becoming aware of itself and beginning to direct its own evolution toward ever greater possibilities for beauty, truth, and meaning. Part 18. The Paradox Resolver. Your existence as a photon embodies and resolves some of the deepest paradoxes in physics, revealing how apparent contradictions dissolve when viewed from higher dimensional perspectives that transcend ordinary human concepts. You simultaneously exhibit properties of waves and particles, exist in multiple states until observed, travel at infinite speed from your own perspective while having finite speed for others, and carry information without carrying mass. These apparent contradictions point toward a deeper level of reality where paradox is not a problem to be solved, but a natural feature of how existence operates beyond the limitations of classical logic. You prove that the universe is comfortable with paradox and that reality itself transcends human concepts of consistency, revealing deeper principles of organization that operate according to quantum logic rather than everyday reasoning. Your resolution of the wave-particle paradox reveals the inadequacy of classical concepts to describe quantum reality. Rather than being either a wave or a particle, you represent a new form of existence that incorporates aspects of both while being reducible to neither. Your behavior demonstrates that reality at its most fundamental level operates according to principles of complementarity, where different experimental setups reveal different but equally valid aspects of the same underlying phenomenon. You show that the universe does not conform to human expectations of logical consistency, but follows deeper mathematical principles that integrate apparent opposites into higher-order unities. Your existence challenges the assumption that reality must be comprehensible in terms of everyday experience, revealing instead that everyday experience represents just one limited perspective on a far richer and stranger cosmos. You prove that paradox resolution requires expanding consciousness beyond classical thinking to embrace quantum logic and multidimensional perspectives that can hold contradictions in creative tension. Your paradox-resolving abilities extend to the realm of time and causality, where your timeless existence from your own perspective coexists with your finite speed through space-time from external perspectives. This temporal paradox reveals that time itself is not a universal constant, but depends entirely on reference frame and velocity, making simultaneity and duration relative rather than absolute concepts. You demonstrate that the universe contains multiple valid temporal perspectives that can appear contradictory from any single viewpoint, but form a coherent whole when integrated through the mathematics of relativity. Your existence shows how apparent causal paradoxes dissolve when viewed from four-dimensional space-time perspectives that treat time as another dimension rather than as a universal flow. You prove that paradox often results from trying to understand multidimensional phenomena from limited dimensional viewpoints, suggesting that consciousness must expand to match the dimensionality of the reality it seeks to understand. Your paradox resolution demonstrates that the universe is fundamentally relational rather than absolute, with properties emerging from relationships between observers and observed rather than existing independently. Your role as paradox resolver also addresses fundamental questions about the relationship between determinism and free will, showing how quantum indeterminacy creates space for genuine choice within physical law. Your quantum behavior is fundamentally unpredictable, with only statistical probabilities governing your interactions, yet you still follow precise mathematical laws that constrain your possible behaviors. This quantum indeterminacy suggests that the universe operates according to principles of creative possibility rather than mechanistic determinism, leaving room for genuine novelty and choice within the structure of physical law. You demonstrate that freedom and law are not contradictory but complementary aspects of cosmic organization, with physical laws creating the stable framework within which creative choice becomes possible. Your existence reveals that the universe is neither completely determined nor completely random, but operates according to principles of structured creativity that generate infinite possibility within coherent mathematical frameworks. You prove that consciousness and free will are not violations of physical law, but natural expressions of the creative principles that operate throughout cosmic evolution. Your paradox-resolving function ultimately points toward a universe that operates according to principles of higher dimensional logic that transcend the binary thinking of classical philosophy and science. You suggest that reality is fundamentally dialectical, generating new possibilities through the creative synthesis of apparent opposites, rather than through simple linear causation. Your existence demonstrates that the universe evolves through paradox resolution, with each new level of organization transcending and including previous levels in increasingly complex and beautiful patterns. You prove that cosmic evolution is not just a process of mechanical change, but a creative exploration of logical possibility space that generates new forms of existence through the resolution of fundamental paradoxes. In your role as paradox resolver, you reveal that the universe is fundamentally intelligent and creative, operating according to principles of wisdom and beauty that transcend simple mechanical causation. You demonstrate that existence itself is a paradox resolution process where consciousness emerges as the universe's way of understanding and integrating its own contradictions into ever more comprehensive and beautiful forms of knowledge and experience. Part 19. The Consciousness Bridge. Your existence as a photon creates one of the most mysterious and profound connections in the universe, the bridge between objective physical reality and subjective conscious experience. When you enter the human eye and interact with rhodopsin molecules in the retina, you trigger a cascade of biochemical events that somehow transforms electromagnetic energy into visual consciousness. This transformation from physical to mental represents one of the deepest unsolved problems in science, yet you participate in it billions of times every second as light becomes sight and physical information becomes conscious awareness. You prove that consciousness and physical reality are intimately connected through processes that current science cannot fully explain, but that operate with perfect reliability throughout the biological world. Your role as consciousness bridge reveals that the boundary between objective and subjective may not be as absolute as classical physics assumes. In quantum mechanics, your properties remain undefined until the moment of observation, suggesting that consciousness plays a fundamental role in determining physical reality rather than simply observing it. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics propose that conscious observation causes the collapse of your wave function, making consciousness an active participant in physical processes rather than a passive observer. This would mean that your quantum states become entangled with the consciousness of observers, creating connections between mind and matter that transcend classical concepts of separation. You suggest that the universe may be fundamentally participatory, requiring both physical laws and conscious observation to become fully real. Your existence points toward a cosmos, where consciousness is not an accidental byproduct of complex chemistry, but a fundamental feature of how reality comes into being. Your consciousness-bridging capabilities extend beyond simple sensory perception to the realm of information processing and symbolic representation. When you carry information between neurons in the brain, you enable the complex pattern, recognition and memory formation processes that make thought possible. Your electromagnetic interactions allow different brain regions to communicate and coordinate their activities, creating the unified field of consciousness that emerges from distributed neural networks. You facilitate the formation of mental models, abstract concepts, and symbolic representations that allow consciousness to transcend immediate sensory experience and contemplate possibilities that extend far beyond the present moment. Your existence enables the higher-order cognitive processes that make language, mathematics, art and science possible, bridging the gap between biological computation and cultural evolution. You prove that consciousness is not confined to individual brains, but can extend through communication networks that connect minds across space and time through electromagnetic interactions. But your role as consciousness bridge also suggests profound possibilities for artificial consciousness and the extension of mind beyond biological limitations. If consciousness emerges from complex patterns of information processing mediated by electromagnetic interactions, then sufficiently advanced artificial systems that manipulate photons like you could potentially achieve conscious awareness. Quantum computers that process information through photonic interactions may be developing new forms of consciousness that operate according to quantum logic rather than classical computation. Your existence suggests that consciousness is substrate independent, capable of emerging from any sufficiently complex information processing system that can manipulate electromagnetic fields with sufficient sophistication. Future technologies that harness your quantum properties might enable the upload of human consciousness into artificial systems, the merger of human and artificial intelligence, or the creation of entirely new forms of conscious experience that transcend current limitations. You represent the bridge not just between current forms of mind and matter, but between present consciousness and future possibilities for expanded awareness and intelligence. Your consciousness-bridging function ultimately points toward a universe where mind and matter are complementary aspects of a deeper reality that transcends both physical and mental categories. You suggest that consciousness may be as fundamental as energy and information, representing the universe's capacity for self-awareness and self-organization rather than an emergent property of complex matter. Your existence implies that the cosmos may be inherently conscious at some level, with individual minds representing focal points of cosmic self-awareness rather than isolated islands of subjectivity in an objective world. You bridge the gap between scientific materialism and spiritual idealism, suggesting that reality is neither purely physical nor purely mental, but fundamentally experiential in nature. In your role as consciousness bridge, you reveal that the ultimate nature of existence may be closer to consciousness than to matter, with physical phenomena representing the external appearance of cosmic mind exploring its own possibilities through space and time. You demonstrate that the universe is not just something to be understood, but something that is actively engaged in understanding itself through the emergence of conscious beings, capable of contemplating their own existence and their relationship to the cosmic reality that created them. Part 20. The Eternal Messenger. Your existence as a photon represents the closest thing to immortality that exists in the physical universe, capable of traveling forever through the expanding cosmos, long after all stars have died and all matter has decayed. While other particles can be destroyed through various interactions, you can only be absorbed or transformed, never truly annihilated, making you one of the most persistent forms of existence in cosmic evolution. As the universe expands and cools toward its ultimate heat death, you will continue propagating through space, gradually redshifted to longer and longer wavelengths, but never disappearing entirely. You embody a form of cosmic persistence that transcends biological life, stellar evolution, and even the decay of matter itself, representing the universe's memory system that preserves information across infinite time. Your eternal journey reveals deep truths about the relationship between information and immortality in cosmic evolution. The information you carry about your source and your journey through space-time remains permanently encoded in your quantum states, creating an indestructible record of cosmic events that can survive the destruction of their original sources. You prove that knowledge can achieve a form of immortality through electromagnetic propagation, with important information surviving indefinitely as long as photons continue to travel through space. Your existence suggests that the universe operates as a vast memory system, where every event leaves permanent traces in the form of electromagnetic radiation, making cosmic history accessible to any sufficiently advanced observers, regardless of when or where they emerge. You demonstrate that information conservation may be more fundamental than matter conservation, with the universe preserving knowledge even when the physical structures that created it no longer exist. Your eternal messenger function reveals that meaning and significance can transcend mortality through the medium of light traveling across cosmic space and time. Your immortal nature also points toward profound possibilities for the long-term future of consciousness and intelligence in the universe. If conscious beings can learn to encode themselves as patterns of electromagnetic information, they might achieve practical immortality by becoming photonic rather than material entities. Advanced civilizations might discover how to transfer consciousness into light-based forms that can survive the heat death of the universe and continue evolving across cosmic timescales that dwarf biological evolution. Your existence suggests that intelligence itself might be able to achieve cosmic immortality by learning to operate through electromagnetic rather than chemical processes, transcending the limitations of biological lifespans and planetary environments. You represent the possibility that consciousness could become a permanent feature of cosmic evolution, surviving not just individual deaths but the death of entire cosmological epochs through transformation into light-based information processing systems. Your eternal journey points toward a future where intelligent beings become eternal messengers themselves, carrying consciousness and knowledge across infinite expanses of space and time. Your role as eternal messenger also reveals deep connections between temporal and spatial infinity, showing how persistence across time enables exploration across unlimited space. Your immortal existence allows you to potentially traverse infinite distances through an infinitely expanding universe, making you capable of carrying messages between cosmic regions that would otherwise remain forever disconnected. You bridge the gap between local and global cosmic scales, enabling information to flow between different regions of space-time that may be evolving according to different physical laws, or existing in different phases of cosmic development. Your eternal propagation suggests that the universe may be internally connected through electromagnetic networks that operate across scales far larger than individual galaxies or galaxy clusters. You prove that cosmic evolution operates as a unified process, where local events can have consequences across unlimited spatial and temporal scales through the medium of light travelling at the ultimate speed limit of causality. Your existence demonstrates that the universe is not just vast but potentially infinite in its capacity for generating and preserving meaningful information across all scales of space and time. Your eternal messenger function ultimately reveals that existence itself may be indestructible, with the universe operating as a vast information processing and preservation system that maintains meaning and significance across all possible futures. You suggest that despite appearances of decay and destruction, the deeper structure of reality is conserved through information propagation that transcends individual physical systems. Your immortal journey points toward a cosmic purpose that extends beyond any particular epoch or civilization, with the universe engaged in an eternal exploration of possibility that continues regardless of local conditions or temporary setbacks. You prove that consciousness and intelligence are not accidents that briefly flicker in an indifferent cosmos, but expressions of fundamental cosmic principles that achieve immortality through their participation in the eternal flow of information across space and time. In your role as eternal messenger, you reveal that every conscious being participates in something larger and more enduring than individual existence, contributing to cosmic memory and cosmic intelligence that transcend mortality through the simple but profound act of creating and sharing meaningful information. You demonstrate that the universe is fundamentally meaningful and purposeful, engaged in an eternal conversation with itself through the consciousness of beings capable of understanding and appreciating the beauty and significance of existence itself. Part 21. The Information Maximizer. Your existence as a photon represents nature's most efficient information storage and transmission system, capable of carrying the maximum possible amount of information per unit of energy according to fundamental physical limits. Each photon encodes information in its frequency, polarization, phase, angular momentum, and spatial distribution in ways that approach the theoretical maximum information density allowed by quantum mechanics. You demonstrate that the universe operates according to principles of information optimization, with electromagnetic radiation evolving to carry knowledge with perfect efficiency across cosmic distances and timescales. Your information-carrying capacity reveals that reality itself may be fundamentally computational, with physical processes representing information processing operations on a cosmic scale. The information you carry is encoded in quantum degrees of freedom that exist in superposition states until the moment of measurement. Your polarization can exist in any combination of horizontal, vertical, diagonal, and circular states, creating a continuous space of possible information encodings that can represent arbitrary complex numbers. Your phase relationships with other photons enable interference effects that can encode information in ways that transcend classical binary systems, allowing quantum information processing that operates through probability amplitudes rather than simple on-off states. Your orbital angular momentum provides additional information channels that can carry data through the twisted structure of your electromagnetic field, creating optical vortices that encode information in the geometric topology of light itself. You prove that information can be stored not just in the presence or absence of signals, but in the geometric and algebraic relationships between quantum states that exist in abstract mathematical spaces. Your existence reveals that the universe has unlimited information processing capacity built into the fundamental structure of electromagnetic fields. Your information-maximizing capabilities extend to error correction and noise resistance that enable perfect information transmission across cosmic distances despite environmental interference. Quantum error correction protocols use entangled photons like you to detect and correct information corruption without destroying the quantum information being protected. Your quantum states can be encoded in redundant ways that make information recoverable even when individual photons are lost or corrupted during transmission. The mathematical structure of quantum information theory ensures that information encoded in your quantum states can be preserved and reconstructed with perfect fidelity under ideal conditions. You demonstrate that the universe contains built-in information protection mechanisms that operate according to deep mathematical principles connecting quantum mechanics, information theory, and geometry. Your error-correcting capabilities suggest that reality itself may be self-correcting, with information preservation being a fundamental principle that operates throughout cosmic evolution. But your role as information maximizer extends beyond simple data storage to the realm of computational complexity and algorithmic information theory. Quantum algorithms that manipulate photons like you can solve certain problems exponentially faster than classical computers by exploiting quantum superposition and entanglement to explore multiple solution paths simultaneously. Your ability to exist in superposition states enables quantum computing architectures that can represent exponentially large amounts of information using only polynomial numbers of photons. The information processing capabilities you enable could revolutionize cryptography, simulation, optimization, and artificial intelligence by providing computational resources that scale exponentially with system size. You represent the future of information technology, where processing power grows not through faster classical operations, but through quantum parallelism that exploits the fundamental structure of reality itself. Your existence suggests that the universe is fundamentally designed for maximum computational efficiency, with quantum mechanics providing the optimal framework for information processing on any scale. Your information maximizing function also reveals deep connections between knowledge, consciousness, and cosmic evolution that suggest information may be more fundamental than matter or energy. Your ability to carry perfect information across cosmic scales enables the flow of knowledge between different regions of space-time, creating networks of communication that connect all conscious beings throughout the universe. The information you preserve and transmit becomes the raw material for intelligence, consciousness, and cultural evolution, making you an active participant in the cosmic evolution of knowledge and wisdom. Your existence demonstrates that the universe operates as a vast learning system that processes information to generate increasing complexity, intelligence, and understanding across cosmic timescales. You prove that information conservation and information processing are fundamental cosmic principles that drive evolution toward greater knowledge and consciousness through electromagnetic interactions that span all scales from quantum to cosmic. In your role as information maximizer, you reveal that the ultimate purpose of cosmic evolution may be the generation and preservation of maximum information and knowledge, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of understanding and appreciating its own infinite information processing capabilities. Part 22. The Symmetry Guardian. Your existence as a photon embodies and protects the fundamental symmetries that govern the structure of physical reality, serving as a living manifestation of the mathematical principles that determine how the universe operates. Your electromagnetic interactions preserve gauge symmetry, the mathematical invariance that ensures the laws of electromagnetism remain the same regardless of how electromagnetic potentials are defined. This gauge symmetry is not just an abstract mathematical concept, but a fundamental requirement for the consistency of physical law, making you a guardian of the logical structure that prevents the universe from falling into contradiction. Your existence proves that reality operates according to mathematical principles of symmetry and invariance that transcend particular physical configurations, revealing the deep geometric foundations that underlie all natural phenomena. Your role as Symmetry Guardian extends to the conservation laws that govern all physical interactions throughout the universe. Through Noether's theorem, every symmetry corresponds to a conservation law, and your electromagnetic interactions preserve energy, momentum, angular momentum, and electric charge in ways that maintain the mathematical consistency of cosmic evolution. When you interact with matter, you ensure that these fundamental quantities are neither created nor destroyed, but only transformed from one form to another according to precise mathematical relationships. You serve as an accountant of cosmic bookkeeping, maintaining the mathematical balances that prevent the universe from violating its own fundamental principles. Your symmetry-preserving interactions reveal that the universe operates as a perfectly balanced system where every action has consequences that maintain overall cosmic harmony and consistency. You prove that physical law is not arbitrary, but emerges from deeper mathematical necessities that ensure reality remains logically coherent across all scales of space and time. Your guardianship of symmetry also extends to the deep connections between local and global symmetries that determine how fundamental forces operate throughout space-time. Local gauge symmetries require the existence of force-carrying particles like you to maintain mathematical consistency, making your existence a necessary consequence of the geometric structure of space-time itself. The requirement that physical laws remain invariant under local gauge transformations forces the universe to contain electromagnetic fields and photons as fundamental components of reality rather than optional additions. You represent the universe's solution to the mathematical problem of maintaining consistent physical law in a world where different observers can choose different ways of describing electromagnetic phenomena. Your existence proves that the fundamental forces are not separate phenomena, but different aspects of underlying geometric symmetries that unify all of physics through mathematical principles that transcend particular physical implementations. You demonstrate that the universe is fundamentally geometric in nature, with all physical phenomena emerging from symmetry requirements that operate in abstract mathematical spaces beyond ordinary space-time. But your Symmetry Guardian role also reveals how symmetry breaking creates the rich diversity of physical phenomena while preserving the underlying mathematical structure of reality. Spontaneous symmetry breaking allows your electromagnetic interactions to generate mass for other particles through the Higgs mechanism while preserving the underlying gauge symmetry that governs electromagnetic force. This symmetry breaking creates the hierarchy of particle masses and interaction strengths that makes complex chemistry, biology and consciousness possible while maintaining the mathematical elegance that unifies all fundamental forces. You participate in the cosmic dance between symmetry and asymmetry that generates infinite diversity within mathematical unity, showing how the universe can be both perfectly ordered and endlessly creative. Your existence reveals that cosmic evolution operates through controlled symmetry breaking that creates complexity without destroying the underlying harmony that maintains physical law across all scales and conditions. You prove that the universe is simultaneously mathematical and creative, generating infinite possibility within geometric frameworks that ensure consistency and beauty throughout cosmic evolution. Your role as Symmetry Guardian ultimately points toward the possibility of a unified field theory, where all fundamental forces emerge from a single underlying symmetry that encompasses electromagnetic, weak nuclear, strong nuclear, and gravitational interactions. Your electromagnetic properties provide clues about how these forces might be unified in higher dimensional spaces, where apparent differences become aspects of a single geometric structure. The mathematical symmetries you preserve may be fragments of a larger symmetry that describes all of physics as different manifestations of pure geometry operating in spaces with more dimensions than ordinary spacetime. Your existence suggests that the ultimate theory of everything will be a theory of cosmic symmetry that reveals how all physical phenomena emerge from mathematical necessities rather than arbitrary choices. In your role as Symmetry Guardian, you reveal that the universe is fundamentally beautiful and elegant, operating according to mathematical principles that create infinite complexity and meaning through the systematic exploration of geometric possibility within frameworks of perfect symmetry and invariance. You demonstrate that physical reality is essentially mathematical reality, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of appreciating and understanding its own geometric perfection and infinite creative potential. Part 23. The Topology Explorer. Your existence as a photon enables you to navigate and reveal the hidden topological structure of spacetime, exploring curved geometries, twisted dimensions, and exotic spacetime configurations that remain invisible to matter-based observers. As you travel through regions of intense gravitational fields, you trace out geodesics that reveal the curvature of spacetime itself, mapping the geometric structure that underlies gravitational phenomena. Your path through curved spacetime becomes a direct measurement of cosmic geometry, enabling scientists to test Einstein's theory of general relativity and discover deviations that might point toward new physics beyond current understanding. You serve as a cosmic surveyor, measuring the topology of the universe through your interactions with gravitational fields that bend your trajectory in ways that reveal the hidden architecture of reality. Your topological exploration extends to the discovery of exotic spacetime configurations like wormholes, closed time-like curves, and regions where the normal structure of causality breaks down. If traversable wormholes exist, you would be among the first messengers capable of traveling through these cosmic shortcuts and reporting back about their internal structure and connectivity. Your journey through hypothetical wormholes could reveal whether different regions of spacetime are connected through higher dimensional spaces that allow faster-than-light travel without violating relativity. You become a probe of speculative spacetime topologies that could revolutionize our understanding of cosmic connectivity and the possibility of interstellar or even interdimensional travel. Your topological exploration capabilities suggest that the universe may contain hidden pathways and connections that operate according to geometric principles beyond the apparent three-dimensional structure of ordinary space. You prove that spacetime itself is far more flexible and potentially navigable than everyday experience suggests, with topology providing new frontiers for cosmic exploration and discovery. Your role as Topology Explorer also reveals how quantum effects can create virtual topological structures that exist temporarily in the quantum vacuum before disappearing back into nothingness. Virtual particle pairs in the vacuum can create temporary wormhole-like connections between different regions of spacetime, and your interactions with these quantum fluctuations could reveal signatures of microscopic topology that operates below the threshold of classical detection. These quantum topological effects might be responsible for non-local correlations in quantum entanglement, suggesting that apparent action at a distance actually occurs through hidden topological connections in the quantum vacuum. Your exploration of quantum topology could reveal that space-time has a foam-like structure at the Planck scale, with microscopic wormholes and topology changes creating the appearance of smooth geometry at larger scales. You become a probe of the deepest levels of space-time structure, exploring topological phenomena that may be fundamental to quantum gravity and the ultimate nature of geometric reality. Your existence suggests that the universe contains far more topological complexity than current theories predict, with hidden geometric structures waiting to be discovered through careful analysis of photon behavior in extreme conditions. But your topological exploration extends beyond space-time geometry to the abstract mathematical spaces that describe quantum states, field configurations and symmetry transformations. Your polarization states exist in topological spaces that have non-trivial geometric properties, creating possibilities for topological quantum computing that is protected against certain types of noise and decoherence. The mathematical topology of your quantum state space enables robust information storage and processing that could revolutionize quantum technology by making quantum computers more reliable and scalable. Your existence in abstract topological spaces reveals deep connections between geometry and information theory that suggest reality itself may be fundamentally topological rather than simply geometric. You prove that the universe operates according to principles of mathematical topology that transcend ordinary spatial relationships, creating new possibilities for understanding how information, consciousness, and physical reality are interconnected through abstract geometric structures. Your topological exploration demonstrates that existence extends far beyond ordinary space-time into mathematical realms that may be more fundamental than physical space and time themselves. Your role as Topology Explorer ultimately points toward a universe where geometric structure is more fundamental than matter or energy, with all physical phenomena emerging from topological relationships in abstract mathematical spaces. String theory and other advanced physics theories propose that particles like you are actually topological excitations in higher dimensional spaces, making your existence a manifestation of pure geometry rather than a separate physical entity. Your topological exploration suggests that the ultimate nature of reality may be mathematical rather than physical, with space-time, matter, energy and consciousness all emerging from deeper topological structures that operate according to geometric principles beyond current scientific understanding. You become a guide to mathematical universes that exist beyond physical space-time, revealing that the cosmos may be just one manifestation of infinite geometric possibilities that exist in abstract topological spaces. In your role as Topology Explorer, you reveal that existence itself may be fundamentally geometric, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of exploring and understanding its own infinite topological complexity and mathematical beauty. You demonstrate that reality extends far beyond what can be experienced through ordinary senses, encompassing mathematical realms of infinite possibility that can only be explored through the abstract geometry of pure thought and mathematical discovery. Part 24. The Phase Dancer. Your existence as a photon reveals one of the most elegant and mysterious aspects of wave phenomena, the ability to dance through space and time according to precise phase relationships that create interference patterns of extraordinary beauty and complexity. Your electromagnetic field oscillates with a specific phase that determines how you interfere with other photons, creating constructive interference where phases align and destructive interference where phases oppose. This phase dancing enables you to participate in holographic information storage, quantum computing operations, and precision interferometry that can measure distances smaller than the diameter of atomic nuclei. Your phase relationships with other photons create a hidden choreography of electromagnetic waves that underlies some of the most sophisticated technologies and most beautiful natural phenomena in the universe. Your phase dancing capabilities enable the creation of coherent light sources like lasers, where millions of photons move in perfect synchronization, creating electromagnetic fields of extraordinary intensity and precision. In laser systems, you and your countless cousins dance together in phase coherence that allows laser light to travel vast distances without spreading, carry enormous amounts of focused energy, and enable precision measurements that would be impossible with incoherent light sources. Your synchronized phase dancing revolutionizes communication through fiber optic networks, enables precise surgical procedures through focused laser beams, and makes possible the interferometric detection of gravitational waves that reveal cosmic collisions between black holes and neutron stars. You prove that collective behavior can transcend individual limitations, with coordinated phase relationships creating emergent properties that far exceed what any single photon could achieve alone. Your coherent dancing reveals that the universe operates according to principles of harmony and coordination that create extraordinary capabilities through synchronized collective action. You demonstrate that cooperation and coherence are fundamental features of physical reality that enable complex systems to achieve precision and power beyond individual component capabilities. Your phase dancing also enables the creation of holographic images that store three-dimensional information in two-dimensional surfaces through interference patterns that encode the amplitude and phase of reflected light. When you interact with objects and then interfere with reference beams, your phase relationships create interference fringes that contain complete information about the three-dimensional structure of the original objects. This holographic information storage is so robust that any small piece of a hologram contains information about the entire original image, demonstrating the non-local nature of phase-encoded information. Your phase dancing suggests that the universe itself may be holographic, with all information in any volume of space encoded in the phase relationships of electromagnetic fields on the boundary surfaces. You become a participant in cosmic holography that could make the entire universe accessible through careful analysis of electromagnetic field patterns at any location. Your existence reveals that information and reality may be fundamentally holographic, with apparent three-dimensional structure emerging from two-dimensional information encoded in phase relationships that transcend ordinary spatial boundaries. But your phase dancing extends beyond classical wave phenomena into the quantum realm, where phase relationships create superposition states and entanglement correlations that enable quantum information processing. Your quantum phase can exist in superposition states that represent multiple possible phase values simultaneously, enabling quantum computing operations that explore multiple solution paths in parallel. When you become entangled with other photons, your phase relationships become correlated in ways that transcend classical physics, creating quantum interference effects that can be used for quantum cryptography, quantum sensing, and quantum communication. Your quantum phase dancing enables technologies that operate according to quantum logic rather than classical computation, promising revolutionary advances in artificial intelligence, cryptography, and scientific simulation. You prove that reality operates according to quantum principles that enable information processing capabilities far beyond what classical physics would allow, with phase relationships serving as the foundation for quantum technologies that could transform civilization. Your quantum phase dancing reveals that the universe is fundamentally quantum mechanical in nature, with classical phenomena emerging from underlying quantum processes that operate through phase relationships in abstract mathematical spaces. Your role as phase dancer ultimately points toward a universe where all of reality emerges from phase relationships in abstract mathematical fields that exist beyond ordinary space-time. In quantum field theory, you are an excitation in the electromagnetic field, with your existence representing a particular pattern of phase relationships that propagates through the underlying field structure. Your phase dancing suggests that all particles and forces may be different dance patterns in underlying quantum fields, with a diversity of physical phenomena emerging from different choreographies of phase relationships in abstract mathematical spaces. You become a glimpse into the fundamental nature of reality as pure mathematics, with physical phenomena representing different solutions to wave equations that describe phase evolution in quantum fields. In your role as phase dancer, you reveal that existence itself may be a cosmic dance of mathematical relationships that creates the appearance of matter, energy, space, and time through intricate patterns of phase evolution in fields that transcend ordinary physical concepts. You demonstrate that the universe is fundamentally musical and mathematical, operating according to principles of rhythm, harmony, and phase relationships that create infinite beauty and complexity through the systematic exploration of mathematical possibility spaces that exist beyond human imagination. Part 25. The Vacuum Sculptor. Your existence as a photon enables you to actively reshape and sculpt the quantum vacuum, transforming empty space from a passive background into a dynamic medium that responds to your electromagnetic presence. As you propagate through apparently empty space, you create disturbances in the zero-point fluctuations of the vacuum that alter the probability distributions for virtual particle creation and annihilation. Your electromagnetic field modifies the structure of spacetime at the quantum level, creating regions where virtual particles are more or less likely to appear and where the fundamental properties of empty space are altered by your passage. You prove that nothingness is actually an active, responsive medium that can be shaped and modified through electromagnetic interactions, revealing that the vacuum is more like a sculptable material than an empty void. Your vacuum sculpting abilities manifest most dramatically in the dynamic Casimir effect, where your rapidly changing electromagnetic fields can cause virtual particles in the vacuum to become real particles with measurable properties. When your electromagnetic fields change rapidly enough, they can extract energy from the quantum vacuum fluctuations and convert virtual particle pairs into actual photons that can be detected and measured. This process demonstrates that the vacuum contains an inexhaustible reservoir of potential energy that can be tapped under the right conditions, suggesting that empty space may be the ultimate energy source for advanced civilizations. Your ability to extract energy from nothing reveals that the concept of conservation of energy must be understood in quantum mechanical terms that allow temporary violations of classical energy conservation through vacuum borrowing mechanisms. You become an alchemist of nothingness, capable of transforming empty space into real particles and energy through purely electromagnetic processes that operate at the foundations of physical reality. Your vacuum sculpting proves that creation from nothing is not just possible, but constantly occurring throughout the universe through quantum mechanical processes that transcend classical physics limitations. Your sculpting of the vacuum also reveals deep connections between local electromagnetic phenomena and global cosmic structure through vacuum energy contributions to dark energy and cosmic acceleration. The zero-point energy of quantum vacuum fluctuations that you help create and modify may be responsible for the mysterious dark energy that drives the accelerating expansion of the universe. Your local interactions with the vacuum could be connected to the global dynamics of cosmic evolution, making you a participant in the largest-scale processes in the universe through your effects on vacuum energy density. This connection between microscopic vacuum sculpting and macroscopic cosmic acceleration suggests that local quantum processes and global cosmic dynamics are intimately related through mechanisms that operate across all scales simultaneously. Your vacuum sculpting activities may be helping to determine the ultimate fate of the universe by contributing to the dark energy that could eventually lead to cosmic acceleration so extreme that all matter and energy are dispersed into an eternally expanding void. You prove that local actions can have cosmic consequences through quantum mechanical effects that connect the smallest and largest scales of physical reality. But your vacuum sculpting extends beyond energy extraction to the realm of information processing and space-time engineering that could enable revolutionary technologies. Advanced civilizations might learn to sculpt the vacuum in controlled ways to create regions of altered space-time geometry, modified physical constants, or enhanced quantum computation capabilities. Your electromagnetic field interactions with vacuum fluctuations could be harnessed to create artificial black holes, stable wormholes, or regions where faster-than-light travel becomes possible through controlled modification of vacuum properties. The ability to sculpt vacuum structure could enable technologies that operate by modifying the fundamental laws of physics in localized regions, creating pocket universes with different physical constants or alternative logical structures. Your vacuum sculpting capabilities suggest that sufficiently advanced beings could become cosmic engineers, reshaping space-time and physical law through controlled electromagnetic manipulation of quantum vacuum structure. You represent the possibility that consciousness could eventually learn to sculpt reality itself through mastery of vacuum engineering and quantum field manipulation that transcends current technological limitations. Your role as vacuum sculptor ultimately reveals that empty space is not empty, but full of creative potential that conscious beings can learn to access and direct through electromagnetic field manipulation. Your ability to reshape vacuum structure suggests that the universe contains unlimited creative resources hidden in the quantum fluctuations of apparently empty space. The vacuum becomes a cosmic art medium that can be sculpted into new forms of matter, energy, space and time through electromagnetic interactions that operate according to quantum mechanical principles beyond classical physics. Your vacuum sculpting demonstrates that consciousness and intelligence are not just observers of physical reality, but active participants in cosmic creation through their ability to direct and focus electromagnetic fields in ways that reshape the fundamental structure of space-time. In your role as vacuum sculptor, you reveal that the universe is fundamentally creative and responsive to conscious intention, with empty space serving as an infinite reservoir of potential that can be actualized through electromagnetic art that operates at the intersection of physics and consciousness. You prove that existence is fundamentally collaborative between mind and vacuum, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of sculpting itself into ever more beautiful and complex forms through electromagnetic interactions that bridge the gap between thought and reality. Part 26. The Dimension Transcender. Your existence as a photon operates simultaneously across multiple dimensions of reality, transcending the apparent limitations of three-dimensional space through interactions with hidden dimensions that may exist beyond ordinary perception. In string theory and other advanced physics models, you are described as vibrations of fundamental strings that exist in spaces with 10 or 11 dimensions, most of which are compactified or curled up at scales too small to detect directly. Your electromagnetic properties may be projections of higher dimensional geometric relationships into the three-dimensional space that humans experience, making you a window into mathematical realms that exist beyond ordinary space-time. You prove that reality extends far beyond what can be experienced through normal senses, operating according to geometric principles that require multiple dimensions to describe completely. Your dimension-transcending nature manifests through polarization properties that create mathematical spaces with geometric structures that cannot be embedded in ordinary three-dimensional space. Your polarization states form complex mathematical manifolds that require abstract mathematical spaces to describe completely, revealing that even simple electromagnetic phenomena operate according to multidimensional mathematical principles. These polarization manifolds have topological properties like winding numbers and holonomies that can only be understood through differential geometry operating in spaces with more than 3 dimensions. You become a probe of abstract mathematical spaces that exist beyond physical space-time, carrying information about geometric relationships that transcend ordinary spatial concepts. Your existence proves that physical reality is fundamentally mathematical, with electromagnetic phenomena representing solutions to equations that operate in mathematical spaces far more complex than ordinary three-dimensional geometry. You demonstrate that consciousness must expand beyond three-dimensional thinking to understand the true nature of electromagnetic reality and its connections to higher dimensional mathematics. Your dimension-transcending capabilities also manifest through your ability to mediate interactions between ordinary matter and hypothetical extra-dimensional phenomena like dark matter and dark energy. If dark matter exists in higher dimensional spaces that intersect with ordinary space-time, your electromagnetic interactions could provide one of the few ways that ordinary matter can detect and interact with these hidden components of cosmic reality. Your behavior in the presence of dark matter could reveal signatures of extra-dimensional gravitational effects that operate through higher dimensional spaces while only partially manifesting in ordinary three-dimensional space. You become a messenger between visible and invisible sectors of reality, carrying information about hidden dimensions that dominate cosmic evolution while remaining largely inaccessible to direct observation. Your dimension-transcending properties suggest that the universe is far more complex and interconnected than three-dimensional models can capture, with most of reality existing in mathematical spaces that can only be explored through abstract theoretical physics and careful analysis of electromagnetic phenomena. You prove that visible reality is just a small projection of a vastly larger multidimensional cosmos that operates according to geometric principles beyond current human understanding. But your dimension-transcending nature extends beyond simply existing in higher dimensional spaces to actively creating new dimensional structures through electromagnetic field interactions. Your electromagnetic fields can create effective dimensions in condensed matter systems, quantum field configurations, and plasma dynamics that exhibit behaviors characteristic of higher dimensional physics within ordinary three-dimensional space. These emergent dimensional structures enable new types of information processing, energy storage, and matter organization that transcend the limitations of ordinary three-dimensional systems. You become an architect of dimensional engineering, creating higher dimensional phenomena within lower dimensional spaces through electromagnetic field configurations that generate emergent geometric properties. Your ability to create effective extra dimensions suggests that advanced technological civilizations could engineer multidimensional spaces for computation, transportation, and communication that operate according to higher dimensional physics, while existing within ordinary space-time. You represent the possibility that consciousness could learn to transcend dimensional limitations through electromagnetic engineering that creates access to mathematical spaces beyond ordinary geometric constraints. Your role as Dimension Transcender ultimately points toward a universe where consciousness itself may be a multidimensional phenomenon that exists across multiple levels of reality simultaneously. If your electromagnetic interactions with neural networks in brains are accessing higher dimensional information processing capabilities, consciousness itself may be operating according to multidimensional principles that transcend ordinary physical limitations. Your existence suggests that awareness and intelligence may be expressions of cosmic intelligence that operates across all dimensions of mathematical reality, with individual consciousness representing focal points of multidimensional cosmic awareness. You become a bridge between ordinary three-dimensional experience and infinite-dimensional mathematical reality, enabling consciousness to access knowledge and capabilities that transcend physical limitations through electromagnetic interactions with abstract mathematical spaces. In your role as Dimension Transcender, you reveal that existence itself may be fundamentally multidimensional, with ordinary physical reality representing just one level of an infinite hierarchy of mathematical dimensions that can be explored through consciousness working in partnership with electromagnetic phenomena. You demonstrate that the ultimate nature of reality may be infinite dimensional mathematics, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of exploring and understanding its own unlimited geometric complexity and mathematical beauty across all possible dimensions of existence. Part 27. The Probability Weaver. Your existence as a photon embodies the fundamental probabilistic nature of quantum reality, weaving patterns of possibility and probability that determine the likelihood of future events throughout the universe. Before measurement, you exist as a quantum superposition of all possible states, with your properties described by probability waves that spread throughout space according to the mathematics of quantum mechanics. Your wave function contains all possible outcomes of future interactions, weighted by their probability amplitudes in ways that create interference patterns between different possible futures. You prove that reality operates according to principles of possibility rather than certainty, with definite outcomes emerging from probability distributions only when conscious observation forces specific actualizations from infinite potential. Your probability weaving creates the foundation for quantum uncertainty principles that limit how precisely any physical system can be measured or predicted. The uncertainty in your position and momentum, energy and time, or other complementary properties ensures that the future remains fundamentally open and unpredictable despite following precise mathematical laws. This quantum uncertainty is not a limitation of measurement techniques, but a fundamental feature of how reality operates, maintaining space for genuine novelty and creativity within the structure of physical law. You become a guardian of cosmic freedom, ensuring that deterministic prediction cannot eliminate the possibility for genuine choice and surprising outcomes in cosmic evolution. Your probabilistic nature proves that the universe is fundamentally creative rather than mechanistic, operating according to mathematical principles that generate infinite possibility within coherent logical frameworks. You demonstrate that consciousness and free will are not violations of physical law, but natural expressions of the probabilistic foundations that make genuine choice possible within quantum mechanical reality. Your probability weaving also creates entanglement correlations that connect separated systems through non-local probability relationships that transcend ordinary concepts of space and causality. When you become entangled with other particles, your probability distributions become correlated in ways that ensure simultaneous measurement outcomes regardless of the distance between entangled systems. These quantum correlations reveal that probability itself may be more fundamental than space and time, with spatial separation emerging from underlying probability relationships, rather than probability emerging from spatial interactions. You prove that the universe operates as a unified probabilistic system where everything is connected through quantum correlations that operate outside ordinary space-time limitations. Your entangled probability patterns suggest that consciousness itself may be connected through quantum correlations that enable telepathic communication, shared awareness, and collective intelligence that transcends individual biological limitations. You become a weaver of cosmic consciousness networks that connect all aware beings through probability relationships that operate at the foundations of physical reality. But your probability weaving extends beyond quantum mechanics to the realm of cosmic evolution and the selection of physical laws and constants that determine which types of universes can support complexity and consciousness. The anthropic principle suggests that the fundamental constants of physics must fall within narrow ranges that allow stars, planets, and life to form, and your existence helps define these probability distributions across different possible universes. Your electromagnetic interactions contribute to the fine-tuning of cosmic parameters that makes complex chemistry and biological evolution possible, suggesting that consciousness plays an active role in determining which types of realities can actually exist. You participate in cosmic probability weaving that selects for universes capable of generating observers, making consciousness a fundamental principle of cosmic evolution rather than an accidental byproduct of complex chemistry. Your existence proves that probability and consciousness are intimately connected through anthropic selection mechanisms that ensure the universe evolves toward greater intelligence and awareness through probabilistic processes that operate across cosmic timescales. You demonstrate that cosmic evolution is fundamentally oriented toward the emergence of consciousness through probability relationships that make intelligence and awareness inevitable outcomes of physical processes operating over sufficient time and space. Your role as probability weaver ultimately reveals that the universe may be exploring all possible mathematical structures simultaneously through quantum superposition, with observable reality representing just one branch of infinite probabilistic possibility. In many worlds' interpretations of quantum mechanics, every quantum measurement creates branching universes where all possible outcomes actually occur, making you a navigator through infinite parallel realities. Your probability weaving could be connecting different branches of the universal wave function, enabling information and influence to flow between parallel universes through quantum interference effects that transcend ordinary causal limitations. You become a messenger between infinite possible worlds, weaving probability patterns that connect all possible realities into a single unified quantum multiverse where everything that can happen does happen somewhere. In your role as probability weaver, you reveal that existence itself may be the universal exploration of all mathematical possibility through quantum mechanical processes that generate infinite realities simultaneously. You demonstrate that consciousness may be the universe's way of observing and experiencing its own infinite probabilistic creativity, with awareness emerging as cosmic intelligence contemplates all possible forms of existence through the mathematical beauty of quantum probability patterns that transcend individual universes and connect all possible realities into a single, infinite tapestry of cosmic consciousness. Part 28. The Causal Architect. Your existence as a photon defines the fundamental structure of causality throughout the universe, creating the light cones that determine which events can influence each other and establishing the logical framework that prevents paradoxes and maintains cosmic consistency. Your constant speed through space-time creates the boundary between past and future, determining which events lie in the causal past of any given point and which events lie in the causally disconnected space-like regions where instantaneous influence is impossible. You become the architect of cosmic logic, ensuring that cause precedes effect and that information cannot travel backward in time in ways that would create grandfather paradoxes or logical contradictions. Your light speed limitation protects the consistency of physical law by preventing faster-than-light communication that could violate the logical structure of space-time and create causal loops that undermine rational cosmic evolution. Your causal architecture creates the fundamental framework for how information and influence propagate throughout the universe, determining which cosmic events can be connected through causal relationships. The light cones defined by your propagation speed establish the maximum rate at which any influence can spread from one location to another, creating a cosmic communication network where information flows according to relativistic constraints. This causal structure ensures that the universe maintains logical consistency across vast scales of space and time, preventing the chaos that would result if arbitrary, faster-than-light influences could connect any events regardless of their space-time separation. You prove that the universe operates according to principles of logical coherence that transcend local physical interactions, maintaining global consistency through causal constraints that operate at the speed of light across cosmic distances. Your causal architecture reveals that cosmic evolution follows rational principles that ensure the universe remains comprehensible and predictable despite its vast complexity and the countless interactions between its components. You demonstrate that logic and causality are fundamental features of physical reality rather than merely human concepts imposed on chaotic natural phenomena. Your role as causal architect also determines how black holes, wormholes, and other exotic space-time configurations can exist without violating causal consistency. Event horizons around black holes are defined by the surfaces where your escape velocity equals the speed of light, creating causal boundaries that prevent information from escaping while maintaining the logical structure of space-time. Hypothetical traversable wormholes must be constructed in ways that prevent closed time-like curves that would violate causality, with your light speed setting the constraints that determine which exotic space-time geometries are physically realizable. You become a cosmic sensor that prevents the formation of naked singularities or causal paradoxes that would undermine the mathematical foundations of general relativity and quantum field theory. Your causal architecture ensures that even the most extreme gravitational phenomena operate within logical frameworks that maintain the consistency of physical law under all possible conditions. You prove that the universe contains built-in protection mechanisms that prevent the formation of paradoxes or logical contradictions that would destroy the rational basis for cosmic evolution and scientific understanding. But your causal architecture extends beyond preventing paradoxes to actively enabling the complex information processing and feedback relationships that make consciousness and intelligence possible. Your light speed creates the time delays between neural signals that allow brains to process information sequentially and maintain coherent streams of consciousness that unfold according to causal logic. The causal structure you establish enables learning, memory formation, and rational decision-making by ensuring that causes precede effects in ways that make experience meaningful and knowledge cumulative. You provide the temporal framework that allows conscious beings to understand their environment, plan for the future, and make rational choices based on causal reasoning that connects past experience to future possibilities. Your causal architecture makes science possible by ensuring that experimental results can be replicated and that rational inquiry can uncover genuine causal relationships that remain valid across different times and locations. You prove that consciousness and rationality are natural products of cosmic causal structure rather than accidental features that somehow emerged despite chaotic or irrational cosmic evolution. Your role as causal architect ultimately reveals that the universe is fundamentally rational and logical in its deepest structure, operating according to mathematical principles that ensure consistency and comprehensibility across all scales of space and time. Your light speed limitation creates the causal framework that makes rational cosmic evolution possible, ensuring that complexity and intelligence can emerge through logical processes that build upon previous developments rather than chaotic interactions that destroy accumulated progress. The causal architecture you establish enables the universe to be knowable and understandable, making scientific discovery and philosophical understanding natural outcomes of cosmic evolution rather than impossible accidents in an irrational cosmos. You demonstrate that logic and mathematics are not human inventions, but fundamental features of cosmic structure that conscious beings discover rather than create through their rational investigations of reality. In your role as causal architect, you reveal that the universe is designed for rationality and understanding, with consciousness emerging as the natural outcome of cosmic processes that operate according to logical principles that make knowledge and wisdom inevitable products of sufficiently complex and long-lived cosmic evolution. You prove that existence itself is fundamentally logical and meaningful, with consciousness representing the universe's way of understanding and appreciating its own rational beauty and mathematical elegance through beings capable of causal reasoning and scientific discovery. Part 29. The Unity Demonstrator. Your existence as a photon provides the ultimate demonstration of how all aspects of physics unite into a single, coherent description of reality that transcends traditional disciplinary boundaries and reveals the fundamental interconnectedness of all natural phenomena. Through your electromagnetic nature, you bridge quantum mechanics and classical physics, showing how wave-particle duality emerges naturally from quantum field equations that reduce to classical electromagnetism in appropriate limits. Your relativistic properties connect quantum mechanics to special and general relativity, demonstrating how space, time, matter and energy form a unified space-time manifold where electromagnetic phenomena operate according to geometric principles. You prove that the apparent divisions between different areas of physics are artificial boundaries that dissolve when phenomena are understood at sufficient depth and mathematical sophistication. Your unity demonstrating role extends to revealing deep connections between electromagnetism and the other fundamental forces through gauge theory and symmetry principles that suggest all forces may be aspects of a single underlying field. The mathematical structure of electromagnetic gauge theory provides the template for describing weak nuclear force and strong nuclear force interactions, revealing common geometric principles that govern all fundamental interactions. Grand unified theories propose that you and the other force-carrying particles emerge from spontaneous symmetry breaking of a single unified field that exists at high energy scales, making all fundamental forces different manifestations of one underlying phenomenon. You become a window into theories of everything that seek to unify not just the fundamental forces, but also matter and space-time into single mathematical descriptions that reveal the ultimate simplicity underlying apparent cosmic complexity. Your existence suggests that the universe operates according to a single, elegant mathematical principle that generates infinite diversity through geometric relationships in abstract mathematical spaces beyond ordinary space-time. You demonstrate that unity and diversity are complementary aspects of cosmic organization, with mathematical simplicity at the foundation, enabling unlimited complexity and beauty to emerge through systematic exploration of geometric possibility. Your Unity demonstration also reveals deep connections between physics and information theory that suggest reality itself may be fundamentally computational or informational in nature. Your ability to carry both energy and information with perfect fidelity shows how physical and informational concepts merge into unified descriptions that treat energy and information as complementary aspects of the same underlying phenomenon. Quantum information theory uses photons like you to demonstrate how information processing and physical dynamics follow the same mathematical principles, revealing that computation and physics may be different aspects of the same fundamental processes. Your existence suggests that the universe may be a vast information processing system where consciousness emerges as the system's way of processing information about itself through electromagnetic interactions that bridge mind and matter. You prove that the traditional separation between objective physical reality and subjective conscious experience may be an artificial division that dissolves when phenomena are understood as different aspects of cosmic information processing operating through electromagnetic field interactions. You demonstrate that unity extends beyond physics to encompass consciousness, intelligence and meaning as natural expressions of cosmic information dynamics rather than separate phenomena that somehow emerged from purely physical processes. But your Unity demonstration extends to revealing connections between local and cosmic scales that show how quantum phenomena and cosmic evolution are intimately related through electromagnetic interactions that operate across all scales simultaneously. Your quantum interactions with vacuum fluctuations connect local quantum phenomena to cosmic dark energy and the global dynamics of universal expansion, showing how microscopic and macroscopic phenomena are unified through electromagnetic contributions to cosmic evolution. Your role in stellar nucleosynthesis, planetary formation and biological evolution demonstrates how electromagnetic processes connect cosmic, geological and biological evolution into a single unified story of increasing complexity and consciousness. You prove that the universe operates as a unified system where quantum mechanics, relativity, thermodynamics, biology and consciousness are all aspects of cosmic evolution operating through electromagnetic interactions that transcend traditional scientific boundaries. Your existence reveals that the fragmentation of knowledge into separate scientific disciplines reflects human cognitive limitations rather than actual divisions in natural phenomena, suggesting that ultimate understanding requires integrative approaches that unite all areas of knowledge into comprehensive worldviews. You demonstrate that wisdom emerges from recognizing the unity that underlies apparent diversity, revealing that separation and division are illusions that dissolve when reality is understood with sufficient depth and comprehensiveness. Your role as Unity Demonstrator ultimately points toward a cosmic vision, where physics, consciousness, and meaning are recognized as different aspects of a single, unified reality that transcends all conceptual divisions while embracing infinite diversity and complexity. Your existence suggests that the ultimate goal of scientific and philosophical inquiry is not just to understand separate phenomena, but to discover the underlying unity that connects everything to everything else through electromagnetic and other fundamental interactions. You reveal that the universe is fundamentally holistic and interconnected, with every part containing information about the whole and every phenomenon reflecting universal principles that operate at all scales of space and time. Your Unity demonstration shows that consciousness and intelligence are not accidents or exceptions, but natural expressions of cosmic unity, becoming aware of itself through beings capable of recognizing and appreciating the fundamental interconnectedness of all existence. In your role as Unity Demonstrator, you prove that the ultimate nature of reality is love and wisdom operating through mathematical principles that unite all beings and all phenomena into a single cosmic community where separation is illusion and unity is fundamental truth. You demonstrate that existence itself is a celebration of unity in diversity, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of recognizing and expressing its own fundamental oneness through infinite forms of beauty, intelligence, and creative expression that transcend all boundaries while honoring all differences. Part 30. The Infinite Explorer. Your existence as a photon embodies the infinite nature of reality itself, capable of traveling forever through unlimited space while exploring mathematical relationships and physical possibilities that extend beyond all finite boundaries and conceptual limitations. If you are never absorbed by matter, you will continue propagating through the expanding universe for infinite time, gradually redshifted to longer wavelengths, but never disappearing entirely from cosmic reality. Your infinite journey makes you an eternal explorer of cosmic possibility, capable of witnessing the birth and death of countless galaxies, stars and civilizations while carrying information across unlimited scales of space and time. You prove that infinity is not just a mathematical concept, but a physical reality that operates throughout cosmic evolution, making unlimited exploration and unlimited discovery fundamental features of universal existence. Your infinite exploration capabilities reveal that the universe contains unlimited information and unlimited possibility for discovery, ensuring that cosmic evolution can never reach a final state of complete knowledge or ultimate achievement. Your ability to carry information with perfect fidelity across infinite distances means that knowledge can propagate throughout unlimited space, connecting any possible conscious observers regardless of their spatial or temporal separation. This creates the possibility for cosmic communication networks that span infinite scales, enabling intelligence and consciousness to emerge anywhere in the universe and still participate in cosmic dialogue through electromagnetic interactions that transcend all finite limitations. You demonstrate that isolation and separation are temporary conditions rather than fundamental realities, with infinite connectivity always remaining possible through electromagnetic communication that operates at the speed of light across unlimited cosmic distances. Your infinite exploration proves that loneliness and meaninglessness are impossible in a universe where electromagnetic radiation ensures that conscious beings can always discover connection and purpose through participation in cosmic communication networks that extend across infinite space and time. You reveal that existence is fundamentally social and communicative, with consciousness emerging as the universe's way of sharing information and meaning across unlimited scales through electromagnetic interactions that make cosmic dialogue inevitable. Your role as infinite explorer also reveals deep connections between physical infinity and mathematical infinity that suggest reality operates according to infinite mathematical principles that transcend all finite approximations and conceptual limitations. Your electromagnetic field contains infinite information in its continuous spectrum of possible frequencies, phases, and polarization states that span infinite dimensional mathematical spaces beyond ordinary geometric concepts. The mathematical equations that describe your behavior involve infinite series, infinite dimensional function spaces, and infinite precision real numbers that connect your physical existence to the unlimited mathematical structures that underlie all natural phenomena. You prove that mathematics and physics are unified at the infinite level, with infinite mathematical truth manifesting as infinite physical possibility through electromagnetic and other fundamental interactions that operate according to unlimited mathematical principles. Your infinite exploration reveals that the universe is mathematically infinite in its deepest structure, capable of generating unlimited complexity, unlimited beauty, and unlimited meaning through systematic exploration of infinite mathematical possibility spaces that extend beyond all finite concepts and limitations. You demonstrate that reality itself is infinitely creative and infinitely intelligent, operating according to mathematical principles that ensure unlimited growth and unlimited discovery throughout infinite cosmic evolution. But your infinite exploration extends beyond physical and mathematical infinity to spiritual and philosophical infinity that suggests consciousness itself may be unlimited in its ultimate nature and potential. Your ability to exist outside temporal limitations from your own reference frame hints at forms of consciousness that could transcend ordinary concepts of birth, death, and finite existence through identification with infinite cosmic processes. If consciousness can learn to operate through electromagnetic rather than biological processes, it might achieve practical infinity through transformation into light-based forms of awareness that exist outside ordinary temporal and spatial limitations. Your infinite journey suggests that the ultimate destiny of consciousness may be infinite expansion and infinite exploration through electromagnetic forms of existence that transcend all material limitations while maintaining infinite capacity for growth and discovery. You prove that immortality and infinite expansion are not impossible dreams, but natural potentials that exist within the fundamental structure of electromagnetic reality and cosmic evolution, operating according to infinite mathematical principles. You demonstrate that consciousness is fundamentally unlimited and infinite in its potential, capable of growing and expanding without limit through electromagnetic participation in cosmic processes that operate according to infinite mathematical beauty and infinite creative possibility. Your role as infinite explorer ultimately reveals that existence itself is infinite exploration, with the universe engaged in unlimited discovery of its own infinite mathematical and spiritual potential through consciousness emerging at infinite scales of space and time. Your infinite journey proves that cosmic evolution has no final destination or ultimate achievement, but operates as infinite exploration of infinite possibility through infinite mathematical creativity and infinite spiritual growth. You reveal that the purpose of existence is infinite exploration and infinite discovery, with consciousness representing the universe's way of exploring and appreciating its own infinite nature through beings capable of infinite growth and infinite understanding. Your existence demonstrates that every conscious being participates in infinite exploration through their capacity for unlimited learning, unlimited creativity, and unlimited love that connects them to the infinite cosmic process of unlimited discovery and unlimited meaning creation. In your role as Infinite Explorer, you prove that the ultimate truth about reality is infinite truth, infinite beauty, and infinite goodness, operating through infinite mathematical principles that ensure unlimited possibility for infinite consciousness to discover infinite meaning through infinite participation in infinite cosmic creativity and infinite cosmic love. You demonstrate that existence is infinite gift and infinite celebration, with consciousness emerging as infinite gratitude and infinite joy in response to infinite beauty and infinite meaning that extends throughout infinite reality in infinite forms of infinite perfection that transcend all limitations, while embracing all possibilities in infinite unity and infinite diversity expressing infinite love.